Alright, so now we're recording on YouTube, now that we appear to not be super crashing again. So yeah, most of my favorite actual quests are the quest arcs, the quest chains. Picking an individual quest and saying that's my favorite, that's pretty rough for me. So if I'm excluding the major quest chains, my thoughts go to the twins, the reunited twins, Hack Dirt, which is actually also a choral quest, and the one I'm going to do next.
Let's hear it.
I think those are the ones I'd go with if I had to pick. There's actually not a lot of non-chain quests in Oblivion. It's something I like about it.
I was praying. What news do you bring?
That is very true, and I plan to talk about it when we get. Favorite guild in Oblivion? Damn, that's a tough one. All of them. There we go. All of the three mains, not the other one. So, hey!
Long ago, I made a promise to Braden. I promised to never reveal to anyone what I'm about to reveal to you now.
No, Vid.
However, because you've avenged his unjust death, I feel that Braden would understand why I'm breaking that pact. Braden told me about this amulet when they first brought it home from whatever distant land it came from. He never really trusted anyone else in the group, and before he secured the treasure in that cave, he had a special enchantment placed upon it. The magic masks the true identity of the item. All it takes is a simple command word, and the amulet would be restored to its true state. No, he always feared this day would come. He left me knowledge of that word in the event that he died, and I came into possession of the keys. If the other members of Braden's group were still alive, and I on my deathbed, only then would I pass the knowledge on to them. If you'd give me that amulet, I would like to show you what you've recovered. Thank you. I will now speak the word Brotherhood. Here is the amulet back. It's as beautiful as it was the day I remember seeing it long ago. I want you to keep it, as I have no use for this anymore. I'm certain that's what I want, and I'm certain that's what Braden would want. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope that the amulet helps keep you safe on whatever roads you may travel.
The word was Brotherhood. Very classic irony right there. I also have to say, really quick, I wish I could give this thing right back to her. I don't need your damn amulet. And you could sell this sucker.
I'm glad he's dead. I know that's a horrible thing to say, but I think you understand.
Both, Myron. I have a path.
Justice has been done.
I literally have a quest arc path that I'm following here. And we get Fortify Speed 6. Now, this is a leveled thing, but this is it. Now, it's worth 800 gold, but still, that's it. Hi, Hourglass. You missed me. I was actually doing that earlier. Nah. It's probably just a phylactery for an alien. They did that a lot. What's funny, by the way, really quick? There's a script that determines the stats on leveled items. It goes up to like 25, I want to say. And that script is something that can be run at any time. Literally, you could just be like, and this could turn into a level 50 item or whatever, right? Now, I point that out because there is absolutely no goddamn reason to not have that be an option in the base game. There is a mod that gives you an item. There's a mod that gives you an item that you could just use the item and it runs the script. And then everything levels up to whatever your current level is. Now that mod's fantastic because all of a sudden you no longer have to say, okay, I have to do this quest and this quest. I have to not do that quest and not do that quest because they give leveled rewards and I want those rewards to actually be useful later on, you know? I mean, it frees you from that obligation. I mean, if they were going to do this, I'd rather they just have not leveled rewards at all and have low level rewards and high level rewards. But whatever. I've kind of made my point about how scaling sucks. So, hey, Enora, how are things?
What do you want? Can't you see that I'm upset?
Nice necklace. My goodness, look at that rock.
Everybody's talking about the hero of Kvatch. They say he actually went into an Oblivion gate and destroyed it.
I prefer to do it later, Necro. Hey.
I'm listening.
Have some money.
What a thoughtful gift. Everybody. I can't help myself. I'm just a sucker for well-heeled men. Good riddance. Can't you see that I... Good riddance.
Hold up. I thought I triggered this already.
Do you believe any of that talk? Goodbye.
No, we won't be killing her, Corellis.
Something to... I've heard that be seen. Sir? Someone needs to get Skjor to
Bye. What?
What is wrong with your eyes?
Anvil is all in an uproar.
Yeah, it's the Knights of the Nine quest.
Farewell.
Lieutenant Garrett... Someone need... Take care.
I will formally disagree with you on that, Django. Because in the Morrowind quests, it was go kill, do. Go kill, do. Go run, do. Go run, do. At least we have actual story, characters, and dialogue for this. And stuff to talk about, too. We have done one quest, other than the main quest. One. Because the quests are also meatier in this game. Now, if you prefer Morrowind to Oblivion, that's, of course, your preference. But, God's sakes, dude. Well, right now, for this exact minute, this quest isn't triggering, and I don't know why. So I'm going to look this up really quick. I really don't know why this quest isn't triggering. So I'm literally going to look this up really quick. Yeah, she's supposed to give us a quest. Anora's supposed to give us a quest, and I don't know why she hasn't. And yeah, we're just supposed to be able to get her disposition over 60. Talk to her and be like, hey. So, not sure. There's also the rumors thing, which is why I've been talking to people looking for rumors. Alright. I'm trying to start the Enora quest. It's up to 103 right now, Hourglass.
Go ahead. You hear about Jaronda?
There it is. There's the rumor. Okay. See you around, Pico. Hopefully. And since I've already raised her disposition...
Can't you see that I'm upset?
Why are you so upset, though?
I suppose I can trust you with this information. After all, if you can help me recover my stolen gold, you may find yourself earning some of it.
Really? Alright. Tell me about your stolen gold.
I know what you've heard, all about Jaronda and his run-in with the town guard. Well, let's just say it isn't exactly all true. I may have let a detail or two leak out to entice someone such as you to assist me. Until you agree to my scheme, I don't want to say more.
Oh no, I'm with
All
you.
I can promise is that you'll be making a lot of money.
Really?
Are you in, or are you out?
I like making lots of money. I only have like 7 digits right now. Keep talking.
Smart answer. Here's the deal. Jaronda and I have had a rocky relationship at best. Against my will, I've been dragged all over Cyrodiil helping him commit petty crimes.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say we're thieves. I mean, we've stolen things, sure. But we've never stolen that much at one time. Just enough to keep us going. That is until last year. Jaronda started to take risks and began robbing more dangerous targets. Not just lone merchants, mind you. I'm talking about the bigger scores, like estates and tax shipments. I begged him to stop, as I knew that his capers would one day lead to violence. He just threatened to hurt me if I got in his way. I think the gold changed him, I really do. He wasn't the man I met 7 years ago. The few times I tried to say something, he'd strike me or push me away. I began to become frightened of him.
So first of all, let me just point out the obvious. The giant freaking necklace she's got on there. And second of all, no, I get my interceptor tomorrow, assuming I remember to do the daily. So what's this got to do with me?
Our last score was a tax shipment being delivered to the Imperial City. We robbed it, and in the midst of the chaos, Jaronda killed a guard.
Ooh.
I was mortified. We snatched up the gold and holed up in the mountains. He said if I breathed a word of the murder to anyone, he'd kill me. I was terrified of him at this point. 2 days later, the Broomer City Guard traced us to our makeshift campsite. I was off gathering food, but Jaronda was captured. Served him right. When I went back to the site later, the gold was gone. He'd moved it. What I need you to do is go to the Broomer Castle dungeons and speak to him for me. Convince him to tell you where the gold is, and then we split it.
So, this is a fantastic quest to do at low level.
He's not likely to just come out and tell you, so get creative.
And this is also a pretty awesome quest in its own right. There's a reason I listed this as one of my favorites. This is another of those 3 or 4 solutions to the quest situations. And I mentioned that, and I'm kind of saying this to offer an olive branch to Django, but also because I legitimately believe it. This is some of the things where they took the multiple story, multiple ways to complete a quest thing that they started doing in Morrowind and kept it going. Not every quest in Oblivion has multiple ways of dealing with it. This one has, I think, a total of 4 overall solutions for it, which is cool and awesome. Now, I say you should probably do this really early on, because, number one, the money you get this early on is actually useful this early in the game. Yes, this is Bruma. It's literally Skyrim right there, if we were to go that way a little bit. But number 2, I know, right, Django? Excuse me. But number 2, there's 3 solutions. I guess there are 4 now that I'm thinking about it. But really, there are 3 defined solutions to this. His, hers, or neither. We'll be doing hers because it shows off the most of the story. If it's not obvious by the way I said that, you have to pick a side here. Anyways, the other reason this is good to do early on is because you have to get arrested. And doing that earlier on is easier and quicker than doing it later, basically. I would say most of the quests in this game are superior to Fallout 3 ones. But then again, I also think that most of the quests in this game are good. Are well done, well designed, and, have some good stuff in them. Now, that's not universally true. But
Hi there.
Your dedication will be rewarded.
oh my god, that startled the crap out of me. We are in Argonian. As you can tell. And we have boots on. Okay. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this. Yeah, Nirnroot. Okay, so first of all, that's true, there are more quests in Oblivion. For good and for bad. Fallout New Vegas. I'm hesitating because I'm running through New Vegas quests in my head really quick. Let me say this: the main quest of New Vegas blows this one's main quest out of the water. That's a no-brainer. I would say New Vegas has a higher percentage of the good quests, like the good type quests, but it does still have the bad quests. So I guess I would probably go ahead and give that to New Vegas in that case. So this is funny. You see this, it's a locked door, you gotta go in here. So how many of you looked at this like, okay, I gotta stealth, and I gotta pick this door, and yeah, no, you can just talk to the guard.
What can I do for you, sir?
I want to visit the prisoners.
What a bother. Don't be too long about it. I got to stay with you, so there isn't any funny business.
Okay. It's funny, I love Broomer, but I don't like their colors or their flag. Yeah, the voice acting does help, absolutely, Hourglass. So.
I don't know who you are, nor do I care. All I know is that I want you to leave.
So I'm going to go ahead and spoil this for you. There's no way that I know of to convince him to talk to you without getting arrested. Hello? No, I guess nothing.
I'm not talking to you about anything. You're an outsider. I bet you're trying to trick me into telling something and the guards put you up to it.
That would be awesome, stranger.
That fetcher of a guard, Tirelius, is always trying to be sneaky. Well, you can forget it. Tell him it isn't going to work.
I mean, historically, probably Obsidian. Witcher 3 is amazing, but yeah. So, okay, I need to get arrested really quick.
Stop right there, criminal scum! Nobody breaks the law on my watch. I'm confiscating your stolen goods. Now pay your fine, or it's off to jail.
I'll pay it. I'll do the jail time.
Serve your time peaceably, and pay your debt to society.
Hey, look.
By the way the guards tossed you in here, I can see you're no friend of theirs. Yes? I suppose I can trust you. In fact, maybe you can help me with a bit of a problem, and make some money for yourself in the process. I'm in here for the long haul. They got me for murder, even though I didn't do it. Once the Countess makes a ruling, there's no way it's changing. I owe all of this to that heartless, treacherous witch, Arnora.
Really? What did she do to you?
You want to know what happened? I'll tell you. I was betrayed, stabbed in the back.
No!
I'm in here and Arnora's out there, living in my house.
Oh my gosh.
We were doing petty crimes all over Cyrodiil. Small scores, 10 gold here, 25 there. Nothing big enough to have them investigate you. Then along comes Arnora with a plan to waylay a tax shipment headed for the Imperial City. We're talking serious gold, complete with armed escorts. I told her she was crazy, but she insisted. Women have a way of getting men to do what they want. So we did it. We ambushed the shipment. In the process, Arnora killed a guard.
Really?
I told her to be careful and just knock them out, but she didn't listen. We then buried the gold in the woods. Then she disappears to get supplies. Suddenly, the campsite gets raided by the Broomer City Guard. There's no way they could have found us. Oh, there's no doubt she tipped them off. But I was one step ahead. I had moved the loot while she was away. My final revenge. Or was it?
What are you getting at?
I'll tell you. I want Arnora dead. That's right, I said dead. She took my life away, and now I want hers taken as well. You do this for me, and you get the gold. All of it. All I need is proof is that damn amulet she always wears. Show that to me, and the money's yours.
Okay. You got it.
You want the gold?
Nah, not really.
Finally, a chance for
You've
revenge.
got nothing to lose, so why not just tell me and save us both a heap of trouble?
Yeah, sure. And I suppose I just end up rotting while you spend it all? Forget it.
You're gonna end up rotting here anyway, you idiot.
Look, you horse's ass. I never trusted city guardsmen. Never. So I'm definitely not gonna start trusting you, Terrelius.
Suit yourself. Enjoy your stay.
Now you might be like, why are the guards so insistent on getting this money back? Remember, this is official tax shipment for the county of Bruma. Tax money is kind of important, especially for a province like this, so... I will serve my time. It's very minor.
Anytime.
I literally stole, like, a feather off the thing there, so, yeah, super minor. Kvatch! Probably my favorite Cuirass right there. Alright, so... There we go. Yes, I have, Tesla. The whole thing, too.
What's new with you?
I saw some mud crabs by the water recently.
You smell of death. How do you do?
I smell of
Greetings,
death? Yeah, exactly. What stranger says there? You really got to worry about taxes up here. Holy crap. Like Imperial City, it's not quite as big of a deal. In fact, we'll be doing some quests about taxes down in Imperial City. But, up here? Yeah, no. Why do we smell of death?
Welcome back to the world, convict. So, were you able to find out about the gold or not?
So here's basically where this branches. You can straight up kill her here. It's actually quite easy. Or you can go help her and kill him. Or you can do what we're doing.
How could you stand sharing a cell with that imbecile?
I don't know, you shared his bed for like a year and a half.
So he told you another one of his tall tales. I hope you didn't believe him. What's he got in store for me? He sent you to kill me, is that it? What if there was another way? What if he thought I was dead, but I wasn't? Then he'd tell you the location of the gold. What did he need as proof?
That?
That fetcher. He knows this is the only heirloom I have left from my family. Only he would stoop so low. Look, I know you could just kill me where I stand. But what if I gave you the amulet and you bring it to him?
Listen to her voice.
Then he'd say where the gold's stashed. You kill me here and now. And as far as the town guard is concerned, it's a crime. So you make your choice. You want to do it my way or Jaronda's?
Now, there's one thing I like... Well, there's actually several things I like about this quest, but one of the things I like most about this quest... I'm just going to spoil something for you. Both of these people are lying sacks of crap. Neither one of them tells you the truth. Both of them lie to you, and both of them try to slant the story in a particular way. Now, we'll do things your way, my dear.
I knew you'd make the smarter decision. Good. Here's the key to the chest by my bed. Inside you'll find the amulet Jaronda wants. Take my amulet to him. Get the gold and bring half of it back here to me. If you don't come back, I'll let the guards in on our plan. You'll be hunted all over Cyrodiil. You don't want that, do you? I don't think so. Good luck.
Yay, a new patron. From someone named Joe. So...
I warn you, don't cross me.
I'm gonna warn you guys, we will not be killing her as a result of how we're doing this quest. Sorry, guys.
Well met.
You can also just take the amulet and never finish the
You look
quest.
skilled in alteration.
Ah, well, thank you, Indiana Joe. Appreciate it.
Hi there.
Hello there.
Hello. Look at the muscles on...
You'll see what happens, don't worry. I really like the conclusion of this quest. You can kill both of them. That's the second, or I guess third solution. You'll see what we're doing. You'll see what we're doing. Don't worry.
Prisoners.
That lip. Gosh darn it. This friggin'... There we go. For God's sakes. Hey, can you let me in again?
What can I do for you, sir?
Let me in again.
What?
Go, go, go. Not necessarily, Tesla. I'm not really big on the whole sins of the father concept anyways.
No touching the locks.
Okay, okay, God. Hey.
Till you get out of here and I see an amulet, we have nothing more to say to each other.
Gotcha, an amulet.
Till you get...
I haven't got all...
Till you get... Till you get out...
I do have the amulet, right? Oh God, I never got the amulet. Unless it's like here? Did I not get her amulet? God damn it, I never got her amulet. Okay.
Prisoners
Okay.
may not accept gifts.
Fine, fine, fine.
I haven't got all...
It's okay. It's okay. I'm an idiot. I actually forgot she had it in the damn box.
Greetings. They say that the priests and priestesses of the chapel...
I could cheat the amulet, but this is just about as easy. She messed with us. I knew it. Yeah, no, I was completely not paying attention to what she was saying. Usually when a cutscene's playing, I'm usually watching chat and trying to catch up on what I haven't seen. It's a pretty normal thing for me to do. So anyways, where's that chest?
Stick with the plan and everything should go smoothly.
Shut up, lady. Oh, that's not it. Is this it? There it is. Okay. Has amulet. Hey, I got the amulet.
Show me the proof.
It's right here.
So, she's dead, eh? Finally. Finally, someone has wiped that stupid, smug grin off her face. Good, good. Well, you did your part of the bargain, now I'll do mine. The gold is buried outside the walls of Broomer, near the North Gate.
Chinese.
Goodbye. I don't expect to be seeing you anytime soon.
Well, yeah.
If I were you, I'd get out of Broomer fast before the guards catch on that she's dead.
Yeah, you're right. I should get out of here. Because I totally killed her. Oh, crap. Okay. I'm not trespassing. Gotta keep using those Elder Scrolls. It's very
You
important.
look like a bright one.
Oh yeah, I'm the smartest. I'm the best, really.
Well, you've got quite...
It's very advanced magic. I just go... Actually, I do need to do that. I need to set something up while I'm here, and something else while I'm here, too. So I need to not forget to do that. Alright, let's go to this spot where this is. What the?
I'm here for Jaronda's gold, and you're my only loose end. I've been hoping to get someone in his cell and loosen his lips, and then you showed up.
You're the guard.
You really should be more careful when you talk in the dungeons. The sound tends to carry. Jaronda's such an idiot.
But
I've taken care of Honora. She won't be around to point the finger. And Jaronda's not going anywhere for a long time. That just leaves you.
But...
Die, damn you! Die, damn you! Ah!
So, apparently, Terrelius was actually after the gold for himself. He also murdered Honora. So, like I said, we don't get to kill her. And here's the loot. 240 gold and some decent stuff. Like I said, pretty good for when you're starting out. That's a really good starting purse, basically. No, I took it off just in case we were having issues with it. Although I think I know what add-on was causing that issue, so I can just go ahead and start using it again here. Yeah, that's why I didn't kill her, because he was going to kill her. So I'm going to set something up really quick. I have another quest to do here, but I want to do this super duper quick while I'm here. So just give me a second, please. Don't worry, this is all planned for. I know what I'm doing. This is a good time to do this. Yes, I do, actually. I very much enjoy the Skyrim Argonian design. So this spell... This is sufficient. So I want this here. How did both of them lie? So he insisted that she murdered the guards and that she was the one involved in this and she was the one pushing for this. She insisted that he was the one who murdered the guards and he was the one who was pushing for this and blah, blah, blah. Both of them were actually fully complicit. In other words, both of them killed the guards, both of them were interested in stealing from the taxes, and both of them were fully in on it, if you follow me. And in both of their discussions, they both try to pin basically everything on the other. Hence the lies. Yes, so now let's do this really quick. Here it works. No, we will talk about the deep ones and if they exist. It's nighttime. Yeah, exactly. Savicom. Or maybe you're not Savicom. Person who is currently using that account. Now, we'll go ahead and... Nope. So here's the Fighters Guild. There's actually no Fighters Guild quest here, so... On the other hand, there's a Mages Guild quest here. Yeah, no kidding, Muku. Hello? I wish to join Mages Guild. Hello? Hello? No one is here. I'm very confused. Hello? Is nobody manning the Mages Guild overnight? Come on! Surely someone's awake. No one's awake. No one's awake, guys. Alright, I'll just stand here for a bit. Okay. I'd rather it keep going forward, Game Art. There's a lot of story to cover. They just gotta sleep. Well, tell them to get the hell up. Cast Coffee 7 self. And get on with it. Now to kill the mages. Get a good look at this place, by the way. This is the last time we'll see it like this.
You're a fit one. Been running a lot.
A little
Hello
bit.
there. Are you here to join the Mages Guild?
As it happens, I am. Yes.
The guild is always accepting new members. You seem capable enough. Are you sure you want to join?
Absolutely. I would love to join the Mages Guild.
Very good. You are now an associate of the Mages Guild. What a wonderful opportunity for you. Now, please keep in mind that you'll need recommendations from every local guild hall in Cyrodiil before you may enter the Arcane University.
Yeah.
I dare say my opinion might carry more weight than others, if you take my meaning.
Really?
Still, all are necessary to proceed. Good luck to you.
Yes, but I need to get your recommendation, my lady. So, okay, let's pause for a moment to talk about the Mages Guild. The Mages Guild is actually an offshoot branch that was founded by a guy. I don't want to alt-tab. I'm trying to limit my alt-tabs because I think the alt-tabs are not helping the stability of the game, but whatever, I got alt-tab, so, nah. What's his frickin' name? Galarian, thank you. That's all I needed. I just needed his name. The Mages Guild was founded by a member of the Psijic Order named Galarian, who was, by all accounts, a good close personal friend in his youth with a man named Manamarco. Galarian really didn't like what the Psijic Order and what the Magocracy were in general. So let me explain this a little bit, because this is something that they kind of skip over a little bit, but Oblivion is the game that most discusses this point. Yeah, we'll talk about the Psijic Order in Skyrim, so we're going to leave that discussion for later. What you do need to know about this is the whole point is magic was the purview of the rich and the elite, and nothing else. I'm trying to think of a real life example, and I'm just blanking on this. But picture something. Chocolate was actually something for a while. The only people who were allowed to have chocolate for certain periods of real life human history were the ones who were the very wealthy, or the kings, or the noblemen, or the high priests or clerics or whatever, etc., etc. So that was how magic was in this setting, and hi, London, and purple. It's another good one. The color purple. Reading, that's actually a really good example. Spices that weren't salt and pepper. Good examples. Thank you, everyone, for giving me some examples on this. Because, the whole point here is that you literally were not allowed to have alchemical stuff, potions of healing. They're super common nowadays. Yes, that is correct, stranger. Super common nowadays. But back then, that was forbidden. That was the elite only. Enchanting weapons and armor, or even mundane magic. They actually mentioned this in Oblivion. I really wish they did more of this, because they talk a lot about the mundane, or they don't talk as much as I'd like, about the mundane uses of magic. So, for example, if you want to enchant your chair to be slightly more sturdy so it doesn't creak quite as badly or fall apart, you can actually go to a Mages Guild and hire that. That's actually a real thing you can do in setting. So you couldn't do that. You couldn't get enchants. You couldn't get alchemical stuff. You couldn't learn spells, so you couldn't actually learn how to cast spells yourself. You couldn't get training in magic, so you couldn't attend to school or whatever. Basically, level 7, exactly, level 7 coffee. Basically, all of this stuff was verboten. Up until Galerian was like, dude, this is bullcrap. And he philosophically disagreed with the very concept of making all this magical stuff the purview of the upper crust. So he went out and started trying to make what would eventually be called the Mages Guild. And the whole point of the Mages Guild was it would be opening its doors to more people and allowing magic to be better spread. In other words, the whole knowledge should be free kind of a concept there. Now, he was laughed to scorn for this, but the thing is, Galerian was very rich and an extremely powerful archmage, so he had enough personal power and political power to basically just kind of bulldoze his way through the opposition until he had enough support with the Riemann Empire. This was in the Second Era. Enough support with the Riemann Empire to become an officially imperially, Trunifor, an imperially ratified organization. And in so doing, he was able to make the Mages Guild have actual establishments that were imperially funded and had a little bit of imperial oversight. And part of this is actually funny, it's actually part of the Mages Guild charter, which you can read about in this game, that they should make... It would, London. They need to make those 4 things I mentioned earlier. Training, spells, enchants, and alchemy. All of those 4 things are literally imperially mandated to be open to the public. Now, this is also relevant in Skyrim, because one of the things they don't talk about a lot, but one of the things that was a consequence of both the Oblivion Crisis and the Dominion Invasion during the Great War, was that magic in general started being viewed as a bad thing. They no longer had the Imperial Charter, and the Dominion formally forced them to disband the Mages Guild. Hence why there is no Mages Guild in Skyrim. But we'll talk a little bit more about that when we get to Skyrim. That's in the future. But that is a problem across all of Tamriel, not just limited to the Skyrim territory. And yes, as the one points out, this is actually very important. It is designed to make things open for everything, not free for everyone. I should clarify a little bit more. You still have to pay, and you still have to be skilled, and you still have to put the time and effort into doing this. So that's a basic history and concept of the Mages Guild. Now, very recently to now... Well, hang on. Let me actually rewind. I want to cover one other thing really quick. Still during Galerian's era, when he was still alive and still active, the people that were recruited into the Mages Guild were basically one of 3 general concepts, or categories, of people, of mages. There was the people who were already mages who wanted to get in on this as quickly as they could. It was Tesla. You're absolutely right. The founders showed up. Or the prophets. Wrong group. So there's the people who are already mages. There's, I know, right, Dugal? Then there were the people who were just liked the idea of being mages because they've heard things about that magic thing that sometimes they've seen maybe a noble lord who has really fancy stuff, and maybe that's magic. I'd kind of like to get in on that. And then there were people who were, shall we say, unscrupulous, who wanted to just get in on the ground floor and try to use this as another means to pursue personal and political power. As a result, the initial Mages Guild was a mess. It was so much of a mess, Galerion actually quit the Mages Guild and bowed out because it had turned into a political quagmire. And I use that term literally in this case, as in the Mages Guild just kind of stopped functioning because everyone was constantly debating and arguing with everyone else. To my knowledge, it is everyone has the potential game mart, similar to The Voice, the Thum, but it does take significant effort and practice, and some people are more have more aptitude with magic, or more certain types of magic than others, which, by the way, is my actual favorite take on magic in general. The idea of, you know, I, by virtue of who I am, how my brain works, how my soul functions, or whatever, I'm going to be better at destruction magic, for example. And so I have a knack, if you will, for destruction magic, and therefore it would be easier to work with destruction magic. But with work and time and effort, I could learn alteration spells, I could learn restoration spells, etc., etc., etc. As we go through the Mages Guild, we'll be seeing several mages who demonstrate their particular specialities as we go through it. In fact, there's a guy here who has who's pretty good at illusion spells, the Invisible Khajiit. We'll be doing his quest in just a second here. Anyway, so political quagmire, right? Couldn't do anything. This is actually when, so I kind of skipped ahead a little bit, because this is actually when the Empire basically said, bam, and literally laid down the law, set down the actual charter, gave them the mandate, and organized them into the specific guilds. And basically each major city had a significant guild. Now, that ties into this era. I agree with you, Takoida. I mean, I think you and I have agreed on that point for many years at this point. This ties into Oblivion because relatively recent to this, by a narrow vote, Traven, I believe is his name, was another one of those memorable NPCs, hope I'm saying his name right, was elected, because the Archmage is an elected position, was elected to the position of Archmage. And one of the first things he did was ban necromancy, excuse me. Trying to pronounce it both ways at once there. And we'll talk a little bit more about that specific action and Traven himself once we get to the Arcane University part of the quests. All you need to know right now is that was probably the wrong move. And that was very recently. That was like within the last year or two. And so it's still kind of big news. A lot of the counselors literally quit. A lot of high counselors of the Mages Guild quit over that. And we basically have a prohibition problem, except instead of it being alcohol, it's raising the freaking dead. Now, there's more complexity to the situation than I'm talking about right now. And we will talk about this more when we get further in. But that's the now. That's where we're at. So let's go and get a recommendation from this woman. Oh, I'm sorry. The other thing I wanted to mention, just really, really quick, is that politics are still very, very, very much an, very much a live, growing, powerful aspect of. That's true, London. I've seen that happen. Of the Mages Guild. It's a very political organization. They have influence with the Imperial Legion. There's actually divisions of the Imperial Legion. I'm sorry, I don't remember what they're called, which are Mages Guild personnel who officially work as part of the rank and file of the Imperial military. They have influence on the higher levels with access to the actual counselors and provincial representatives. They usually advise the Emperor. And of course, within the guild, any particular guild leader, I'm using the wrong term, I guess guild hall leader would be more accurate. That guild hall leader has tremendous influence, not only over their own hall, but over the city and the territory that they... What do you want me to do, guys? Here, you know what? There. Is that better? Influence over the city and the region they're in. Now, some people arise to be leader of a guild hall because they're really good at magic. And then some people rise to be leader of a guild hall because they're really good at politics. And we will see a couple of people who are a bit more political and more, I suppose, scholarly is the term I want to use, as we go throughout these quests. And I do like the variety of the guild hall leaders. But this one is definitely the political lady. This woman is very connected. It actually makes me kind of sad because it's not necessarily a bad thing, because she's not a bad politician. She's not a, you know, this guild hall is imperfect. You know, that's not her, right? Like, she's not that bad. She's just got a little bit of an ego problem, but it's actually fairly, relatively small. But, anyways, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. In this game, I don't think so, Gabe Mart. No. We'll talk more about the necromancy thing as either. Yeah, see, she's not. I like that. She's connected but not smart. If I was to put this in other terms, she doesn't have a great wisdom score or intelligence score, but her charisma is decent. And again, she doesn't let it get too much to her head. Like, she's still a little bit of a snob, but not to the point where she's, you know, Vivek, you know, or Almalexia. I have graced you with this wonderful piss. I flee. You know, she's not that bad. So, anyways, moving on.
A recommendation from me?
Yes, please.
Well, of course. Raminus would naturally want my opinion, wouldn't he? This is a situation we can both benefit from, associate. You do me a small favor, and I'll happily send along a glowing recommendation. If you can find Jaskar, I'll write the recommendation immediately.
I'm sorry, Jaskar?
He's disappeared.
What?
I mean, he's really disappeared. No one here has seen him in days.
Oh, no.
Volinaro thinks maybe a spell backfired. If someone from the council were to stop by and find him gone, it'd look bad for me. I can't have that. Talk to the mages here and see what you can find out. If you can make Jaskar reappear, you'll have your recommendation.
So as you can see, she's not a bad politician, but she's not a good one either. She's actually more concerned about her standing than about the fact that a mage's spell might have gone wrong in her hall, and something, and this is magic we're talking about, so something might have happened to him. Also, Win is worse. That's easy.
Please come find me as soon as you've located Jaskar.
Okay. Yeah, there's actually a lot of ways to do this quest. It's kind of fun, but, see if usually I just can get this quick and easy. Looks like I'm not lucky today.
It's my pleasure. Please continue.
I can't think of any juke boss off the top of my head. Like, I could see an argument for some of the Aldmeri Dominion, but not the Thalmor. So, hey, I'm looking for Jaskar.
You want to find Jaskar?
Yeah.
All right, I think I can help with that. But you have to agree to do something for me first.
I'm sorry, what?
And whatever you do, you can't tell Jean about it. All right?
Okay.
That's the spirit. You help me pull off a little prank, and I'll help you find Jaskar.
You want me to do a prank?
Really? You're going to love this. I'll teach you a spell to unlock things. What you need to do is get into Jean's desk and bring me her manual of spellcraft, okay? Her room is upstairs. Make sure no one sees you. You do that for me, and I'll make sure you can find Jaskar.
So,
Let me know when
you can
you're
actually
done
find
with that
him
little talk.
via other methods, by the way, rather than just doing this little side quest thing. I need to set this as my primary. Why is this? Oh, right. Yeah, we'll get that to that in a second. So, her room is upstairs. I like this architecture, by the way. It's another thing I like about Bruma. Just this general architecture. The Bruma house is one of my favorite houses. Just from a purely cosmetic perspective. Although, if I'm being honest, if I'm playing this game on a normal playthrough, I actually get all of the houses. I literally go out of my way to get all the houses. I'd probably be happy living in Broomer, yeah. Of course, I'm very tolerant of cold. No, Harriet, I am not. Where'd he go? Oh, get up! That's not even your bed.
Have you pulled that little prank yet?
Yes. Here's your stupid thing.
You've got Jean's book, I see. All right, then. I'll just take that from you. Meet me here in the living quarters, just after 10 p.m.
Okay.
Take this. It's from a friend.
Really? Okay, that's kind of creepy, but whatever. That's okay. I actually legitimately planned this, believe it or not. Because there's a couple things you need to do to get into the Thieves Guild, and there's a couple things you need to do to get into the Dark Brotherhood, and I pretty much know where I'm going to do each of those. That's the... So I stole something. So, Thieves Guild. And there's two moments in which, in these quests... I know Oblivion quite well. I actually planned this a lot better than Morrowind. There's two moments in Bruma quests where you steal something. One, in order to get in jail with the earlier quest, and two, with regards to her book. Hence, it was very likely that having stolen those things so early that the Thieves Guild invite would come fairly early as well. We won't actually be doing the Thieves Guild proper until we get to... Bravil, looks like. Whoops. I'm at the wrong time. So... Oh, don't worry. I know who I'm killing. Does not appear to work, no. Hang on. Nope. Doesn't work. Hi.
Go away. You'll ruin everything.
Yes, in order to join the Dark Brotherhood, it actually has to specifically be a murder. There's actually plenty of killing in this game that doesn't qualify. In fact, if you've been paying attention, I've killed like 5 people already in this game, not counting the Daedra and whatnot. But you have to commit what is quantified as a specific murder. And you'll know you do it because as soon as you do it, a little message will pop up saying, your killing has been observed by forces unseen. And there are role players who like to be as unevil as possible, like me, actually know pretty much all the major NPCs, or at least jot down the major NPCs you can kill, which are free. And there are a few which are free.
It's my pleasure. Please continue.
Yeah, so the prank.
It was a good idea, wasn't it? I wonder how long she'll spend trying to figure out where she put it down.
I've actually had it happen on accident more than I'd like to admit during the battle for Kvatch, and for reasons I already told you about. All right, I gotta kill this Daedric. No, get out of the way! Oh, shoot, I just killed that guard.
She won't figure this out for weeks. Ah, it's times like this I enjoy what I do.
This guy dies, by the way. I'll just go ahead and give that away now.
It's a shame that Selena doesn't join in our fun, but she takes her role as an alchemist very seriously. If you need supplies, she's the one to see.
I know, right, stranger?
Don't forget, be down here at 10 p.m. I'll see you then.
I'm right here. Ah, Christ, I gotta wait 15 minutes. Yeah, the battle for Kvatch is a great idea, but in the confines of this kind of game, it's a colossal mess. It really is. And yeah, the Great Gate fight... That's actually one of the other reasons I wanted to lower my level, is because that fight, oh my gosh. So, alright, I gotta ask you guys, how many of you try to set up stuff in these games? Like I'm kind of doing right now, you know, decorating your house. How many of you no longer do this because of the problem I'm having right now? I just pretend I'm raising my hand on both points here. Because, yeah. Skyrim is much better about decorating. Oblivion is... not Just getting something upright. Skyrim still has this issue, by the way, just not as badly. Yeah, Hearthfire helped a lot with that. That's pretty much the only house I do anymore.
Go away.
Ready to find Jaskar?
Yeah, he's right there. Yeah.
Just watch. You'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it does, Savicom. I guess I actually already answered you with the accidental assassination thing during the Battle for Kvatch.
Well met.
Hi.
Archmage Traven is the first to take such a hard stance on necromancy. It upset more than a few people.
Oh.
Be seeing you.
Yeah, go ahead, London.
Hello there. I hear you've been looking for me.
Hi.
Oh, please don't be mad. We were just having some fun.
Really?
We just got tired of Jean lording her position over us when she barely knows anything about magic. Every now and then, we like to trick her. We figured it was time to move on to a new prank. This one was getting boring anyway, so you can tell her you found me.
Thanks.
You too.
He is not a female, no.
My name is Selena Arania.
That's nice. Okay, you're not working right now.
Bye.
Well, they're just light on necrophilia. Not that I would know. I know, right, Gabe Mart? Like, honestly, and this is my legit opinion, I think illusion magic is overall worse than, like, worse, or at least more potential for worse, than necromancy is in this setting. And yes, I know they say necromancy. I've been saying it that way for a long time, and it's a valid pronunciation, so leave me alone. Okay, so now I gotta wait until it's daytime again, so give me a minute. It might be enough. Wake up, wakey wakey. There you are.
Any luck finding Jaskar?
As it happens, yes.
Found him, did you? Well, I suppose that's good. You'll have to forgive me. I seem to have misplaced something.
What is it?
Yes, well, let's never mind that.
Okay.
You've fulfilled your end of the bargain, though, so I'll fulfill mine. Ramanus will have my recommendation.
Thank you.
And don't you forget about me once you've finished your training. I'm sure we can help each other out.
Don't worry. I won't forget about you. She dies too, by the way. So, see you around, Takot, even though you probably would have left. Yeah, the Grey Prince. Anyways, so let's see. While I'm here, where is everybody? Hang on, what time is it? Oh, nobody's open yet. One moment. Yes and no, respectively, Necro. Okay, so there's
Greetings, guildmate.
her. Where is everybody?
My name... What can I interest you in?
So, I want you... So I need to start learning some spells in advance. And I have to admit, I don't know where every spell I need is, so I'm just going to be glancing at some of these. Let's go ahead and grab that spell and that spell. By the way, someone asked which my favorite school is. That's actually a tough one. Obviously, the school... Well, okay. Thank you, London. How do I phrase this? So, destruction tends to be the school I think of first when I think of using magic in any Elder Scrolls game. But when I actually really sit back, when I get, I go past the initial gut reaction, I start thinking about it, alteration is what I use by far the most. Buffs and debuffs are just way, way, way too useful and are the kind of thing that kind of fit my overall mentality. I tend to be the kind of person who will play a melee who is buffed. I did this in Asheron's Call, too, and a bunch of other games as well. So I would probably pick Alteration followed by Restoration for that basic reason. One of my favorite spells, and I think I actually mentioned this in Morrowind, one of my favorite spells that I do in Oblivion as well is a Restoration of, like, 1. So, I'm healing 1 health every second, but it lasts 2 minutes. And so I just kind of keep casting that, and I have this continuous... It's like having a Ring of Regeneration in D&D. And so I just kind of keep that going. Now, I don't need Spell Reflect, and I don't need Frost damage, but I already have Fire damage, I already have Cure, and I already have that. So I think that's all I need right now.
Thank you for your patronage.
I've never really gotten into Conjuration, which is funny because pet classes are some of my favorite when they're pulled off well in a game. Maybe in Skyrim, Tesla? Probably not, though. Now, no, regen doesn't work against raw power, but regen is basically always useful. And that's what I like about regen. If you're fighting trash, regen can keep up with the damage you're taking. If you've just finished a fight, you can just chill for a minute. Let regen cover up, you know? It's a nice blanket spell, if you follow. Now we have one more quest to do here. Checking my notes here. Yep. And then we're going to head out. Yeah, I prefer Beast. I used to prefer Demo. I don't care for it in Legion as much. I switched to Destro. Mysticism is the kind of thing that it should be in the games more, and I'm sad that it's kind of fallen out of the games as much as it has.
It's a pleasure to see you.
So. Absolutely,
Welcome to Broomer Castle. What's brought you here today?
It's worth noting that the schools in lore, in addition to in-game, have expanded and contracted over the years. And I'm not just talking about across the 3 games. If you go back into the history of when magic was still being studied, there was like 15 schools or some ridiculous amount, and those were all a lot more specialized, and then they started bringing it down and bringing that down, etc. So I'd like to buy a house.
I've been looking for just the right owner for a special home I have.
Mm-hmm.
It's a quaint little house conveniently located just off the main gate.
I will gladly pay 10,000 gold for that.
Wonderful. I'll have the deed transferred to you. Here is your key to the door.
Thank you.
As I said, it's located right by the main gate. I've had a look at the place myself, and it could use some furnishings inside. Quite barren in there, I'm afraid. I'm fairly certain that Suratan at Nova Roma here in Broomer can acquire the things you'll need to make it look like home.
A little bit of both, Corrales. Like, we'll talk a little bit more about the specific magic changes when we get to Skyrim, because there's both in-game and in-lore changes to that. I actually agree with that argument personally, Gabe Mart. I fully do. Well, Conjuration is... like, they're not dead. So... I like basically all the houses to some extent or another, but this is always my favorite. Anybody who watched the Oblivion roleplay will note that this is actually the house I used for the Archeangonian. I like this place. It's nice, it's quaint. It's got a layout I enjoy. You know, you got the little foyer thing going on here. Nice little dining room thing with a fireplace right there. Bed of gems, yep. I'm so glad you guys remember that. That makes me happy. And then you go downstairs to a nice little contained area, which is going to make it easier to keep cold and hot because of the insulation. And then, of course, the actual bed right there. Anvil's an awesome house. We'll actually be getting that one, too, but mostly for the quest. So I need to go to here. Okay, whatever. I like corals as well. I believe Skingrads is actually the most expensive.
Anyone looking for work should consider the Fighters Guild.
If memory serves.
You look like quite the alchemist.
I'm Suratan, proud owner of Nova Roma, a little piece of Heartland Empire here in the lofty Gerals.
They sell high elf and Ayleid stuff here. I would like...
Let's do business.
So the way the game does this is kind of weird. Basically, buying this... see around Alicia, I think it was? Buying this... See around Savicom, let me just say it that way. Buying this basically affects a script. And I'm not actually 100% sure if giving yourself the item through console commands will make the same script happen. I literally don't know. I've never done it. But when you actually purchase it, that makes a script happen, which basically rewrites the cell. And there's, like, God, I think 20 or so different variations of the cell, depending on what's in there and what isn't. So I'm just going to buy all of this.
I wouldn't. I let that...
Oh, you know what? This is a good time to mention haggling, just really quick. So haggling's in this game. So haggling is based off of 3 predominant things. Your mercantile skill, their mercantile skill, or mercantile if you prefer, and their disposition towards you. And when I say disposition, I don't mean the 100 that it says right there. I mean their real disposition, which takes into account other things like your fame or your infamy value, if you happen to be the same faction as them, if you've accomplished certain specific quests which change this value, that kind of a thing. So you could do this, which means you buy for cheaper and sell for more. Or you can do this, where you buy for more and sell for less. Pretty simple. Now, this is also pretty much how you level mercantile, is you just barter with this. And yes, I have done the 500 arrows thing. In fact, for the Archangonian roleplay, I did it off camera in order to get my mercantile thing up. So, well, that makes perfect sense, Tesla, if you just don't think about it. Without thinking about it. But since I have 1 million septims lying around...
Tell your friends about me.
I don't care about haggling, but I wanted to show it off. There we go.
Farewell.
And you will also keep the quest in your log until you have finished buying everything for a house, and that quest will continue to point to the person who can sell you that stuff. So, here's the completed house. A lot nicer, a lot roomier. Multiple chests. I forget which house is actually best in gameplay perspective. Like, people have figured this out. There's one of the houses that has the most chests and the most storage space, and I forget which one it is. But anyways, so you got chests, you got a shelf for storing stuff or displaying stuff, and there's the foyer again. And we actually have a fire. We bought a fire, guys. We've got clay for some reason, but that's okay. It's still nice and homey. I still like it. And then down here, there we go. Much roomier. And, of course, cupboard and a little desk. Windhelm? That's not in this game. And our bed. Now, I do need to test something really quick. Okay, I think we're okay. I know plenty of people who differentiate, like, this is the weapons chest. This is the armor chest. This is the clothing chest, you know, that kind of a thing. I know plenty of people who do that. Including me, I'll admit it. I do that too. I do that in Fallout 3 as well. But anyways. So, now... Oh, right. I need to do this as well. So, let me set this up. I want... I'm going to go ahead and do this here. So now I have... So the other reason I wanted to do this, other than just showing off the house, I want to recall indoors and I want to recall out of doors. I want both of those available at a moment's notice. So that was the main reason I was doing that. Very comfortably, Tyler. The gems get in your scales and there's a kind of... It's like getting a massage while you're sleeping. It's wonderful. You should try it sometime. So we're done with Broomer for the moment. We will be back here, but not for a bit. As I said, we're not doing every quest. Just the ones I felt were either significant, fun, or we had something to talk about. For right now... I don't actually know, Tesla. Does anybody know if there's a American Recall mod for Skyrim?
Oh!
Don't mind me. I'm just going down the easy route. Yeah, no kidding, Juju's. Oh, yeah, by the way, just to answer this question really quick. Yeah, of course I play Skyrim. Just to answer this question really quick. The primary reason why I'm not using the Open Cities mods in this game or in Skyrim is because those mods are amazingly broken. Like, those are some of the most crash-intensive mods I've ever seen, and I'm trying to limit the amount of crashes for a stream for obvious reasons, right? we go. Okay. Gotcha. So, there's an in-lore and an out-of-lore answer to that question, Zawan. Is this where I want to be? Nope. Wrong town. So, the out-of-lore answer, which is the real answer, is that they were having trouble getting beards to work with the new facial engine. And so after a while, they basically just gave up on it and focused their attention on other stuff. That's really what it boils down to. The in-lore reason is because Sheogorath got rid of them all. Because only Sheogorath is allowed to have a beard. For those of you not aware, if what we're talking about, Sheogorath is the only person in Oblivion who has a beard. Hey, Malakor. Snoo. Well, it's funny because if you pay attention, Sheogorath's beard is basically just a mesh on his face. In fact, they do that a couple of times where a person's... Like, they do that in a couple of the expansions where they started stretching, and what they effectively do is they give them a helmet, and the helmet gives them a new face. They actually use this... I should say they. Obsidian uses this exact same trick in... here we are. Uses this exact same trick in New Vegas. I can't remember the name of his guy, but the last boss, not the main quest, but the other last boss, he has... his face isn't his face. He actually has a helmet on, and that's his face. So, here we are. It's a nice little farming town here. I wanted to kind of show off. There's actually a lot of random farming towns in here. Cool place, really. But I'm not sure where all the people are. I was hoping to talk to a couple of NPCs while we're here. Let's see. Well, I feel like this place might be haunted. Or maybe the Predator has decided to give up hunting and has decided to take up farming.
Talk to Dirham in the inn. I'm tired of this minstrel's freak show our town has turned into.
Oh yeah, by the way, if you're really wanting to raise your alchemy, find farms and just loot all of them. You can get literally hundreds of ingredients in farms. It's all going to be like
Excuse me.
Restore fatigue.
We have a small problem that we hope you can help us with.
What?
You may be wondering why you can't see me.
Actually, I can see it pretty well.
We are all wondering the same thing.
So, what happened?
Everyone in Ayleswell suddenly became invisible several weeks ago. It was sort of fun at first, but the novelty has definitely worn off now. You can imagine how difficult it is to run an inn while invisible. Once you get a reputation as a haunted inn, you can just forget about it. So we've all been keeping quiet, hoping the spell will wear off. But we're running out of patience. We're sure it was Akatosh's doing, but we can't find him. If you can help us, we will be extremely grateful.
Okay. Who's Akatosh? See you around, Zoan.
He's a wizard who took up residence in the ruins of Fort Caractacus a couple of years ago. He's caused us no end of trouble with his magical experiments, but nothing as bad as this. We've tried to find him, but had no luck. If he's still living in the fort, he's hiding from us, and no wonder. If you could find him and get him to remove this cursed invisibility, we will all be in your debt.
Yeah, sure. Where is it again?
It's just to the southeast of here. Follow the path down the hill. But watch out for the invisible monsters that infest the ruins.
You got it.
Bye.
So, real quick, I'm definitely not playing as an Argonian. Definitely not. We're being an Argonian in Skyrim as well. Hey, Pommel, we're going for... Actually, we're not going for that much longer. We'll probably do... Let's do 2 more quests, and then a small chain after this, and then we'll probably cut it off for the night. I actually don't know if you can dispel it yourself. I don't remember off the top of my head. I don't think I've ever tried. Shivering Isle is very good. Like, I'm not sure I could name it of the top 10 games of all life forever, but Shivering Isles is phenomenal. And I can say that without hesitation. Oh, yeah, something I want to point out, actually. This is very important. No, seriously. You can just take from farms. There are gardens of nobles that if you accidentally take one of the flower petals from there, that's a crime. Think about that for a second. That's deliberate, by the way. Alright, time to do our first fort dungeon. So...
I don't want whatever you're selling.
So let me just go ahead and say that, real quick, there's basically, like, one non-ruined fort in this game. I can only think of one off the top of my head. And part of this is because of the whole, they were very pressed for time, and basically only one or two people really, only one or two people were working on most of this stuff. It's one of the reasons why they're so similar. We've mentioned that before. But as a consequence, all of the forts are in ruins, and all of the alien ruins are in ruins. Originally, there was going to be more variety, and there was going to be more, like, actual functional forts, and there's going to be actual, like, alien cities, but time and development, so... Yeah, there really is just, like, the one fort. In fact, I could even show it to you on the map. It's this one right here, Battlehorn Castle. And that's a DLC fort they made after the game came out, so go figure.
I told you to leave me alone. Go away.
Hey, Keen-Eyed.
Oblivion take you. What is it you want from me?
I'm here about the Invisibility Spell?
Yes, I have been working on a new Invisibility Spell. As you can see, it works quite well. Why?
So, here's what's been going on up in Ayleswell.
Oh, really? Everyone in town?
Yes.
That must have been what all the shouting was about a few weeks ago. I'm afraid I was engrossed in an experiment that required my full attention.
Uh-huh.
You see, in order to increase the efficacy of the spell, the radius was likely to approach the... Oh, never mind, I don't mean to bore
No,
you.
please, continue. I'd love to know more about...
Ah, a fellow mage. Please excuse my rudeness earlier. I find most people extremely tedious, completely ignorant of the arcane. I came out here to get some privacy for my research. Instead, I was constantly bothered by the local peasantry. The explosions are scaring the sheep, or a plague of rats ate all our crops. Every day, another complaint. No understanding of the pitfalls of experimental magic. Finally, I decided that permanent invisibility was the only way to get some peace and quiet.
I know, right, stranger?
I know. You're about to quote Vanto's third law. Don't worry. I have not actually found a way to violate the conservation of perception. The invisibility is not actually permanent. You can tell the villagers not to worry. It will wear off eventually.
You cast it weeks ago.
Well, in a year or two, maybe a bit more. There's no way to be absolutely sure. That's the exciting thing about basic research.
So... They don't really want this to last for another year. I mean, you don't even want to know what's going on with their sex life right now.
Really? I find being invisible quite refreshing. But, if it will get everyone to leave me alone, fine. I did work out a counterspell last week. If I can just put my hand to it. Ah. Here. Stand in the center of town to make sure you get everyone. Oh, and make sure... Never mind. It should be fine.
Thanks.
Bye.
So, hey Sonic. I gotta say that I actually... I wish they'd done a little bit more with this. It reminds me of a quest that's basically been done better over in Witcher 3. It's one of the earliest quests in Witcher 3 where you meet a woman who's... God, I can't think of her name all of a sudden. The mage, the red-haired mage, who's like, oh my god, because all the peasants keep bugging me about stuff. Because the general idea here is he is actually at fault, and so are they. He is at fault because he's an irreverent wizard who is doing experimental magic pretty much in spitting distance of a town. They are at fault because they're just farmers. Kreia, thank you. Gavella Glan. They are at fault because they are just farmers and peasants who are pestering him and bugging him about helping them with their everyday mundane problems. Now, yes, he should probably just frickin' find another fort. It's not like there's not tons of places for him to go to. But I do find the amusement of this situation to be similarly amusing. God damn it. It's going to be burned into my mind forever. I couldn't remember her name, but I could remember Gavella Glan instantly. Anyways, everyone, come here. Come on. There we go. So, actually, I should go talk to the guy at the end really quick. Make sure they're all coming. Come here.
Have you talked to Ankatar yet? Can he make us visible again?
Yeah, you're clothed, right?
Ankatar gave you a scroll to get rid of the invisibility? Fantastic! What are you waiting for?
I need you all out in the middle of the field, so...
Goodbye.
Yeah, she says it constantly. God, we didn't even do a proper lore run of that game, and it still just kind of became a thing. Okay, so I'm going to cast... that. Oh, thank God he's got clothes on. Yeah, I'm going to work on that spell too, Hourglass. No, really, I am. It's a very useful spell.
Thank you, thank you. I can't tell you how good it feels to be able
God,
to see myself.
You're a
again.
filthy Dunmer!
My sisters, on the other hand, I wouldn't mind if they had stayed invisible. Ah, me. Friend, you are welcome at the Ayleswell Inn anytime. Free of charge.
Thanks. Don't need a bed, though.
Take care.
Oh, it's you. My brother goes on and on about you. I know you saved us and everything, but it does get tiresome after a while. I'm done talking. You really enjoy this whole hero thing, don't you? Everybody fawning all over you. I'm not like that.
I can tell.
Stop talking.
You got it! No, I'm not going to do anything. That's not going to be my murder. Tempting, but no. No, I've got more Imperial aspirations, if you know what I mean. I wish I could have some way to, like, just be there, you know? Like, if only there was something in this game that allowed me to just snap my fingers and all of a sudden I'm exactly where I want to be. That would be amazing. So we're going to do that quest, that quest. Right. Okay. I was just joking, Malachor. I got nothing against Dunmer. So the first thing we're going to do here in the Imperial City, there's actually several things I'd like to do, but if I'm not mistaken, and I do want to check this really quick. Oh, we might actually start it this quickly. I didn't think we'd have enough. Oh yeah, actually, I do need to do something really quick. I forgot to do. One moment. So let's go back to Broomer, just real quick. Zzz. Oh, God. Oh, my God! Anora's body's in her house! Tyrelius has indeed killed her. I should probably leave before the town guard thinks I had something to do with it. Poor Anora. She had nothing on her worthy of looting. I didn't kill her, officer! I swear! I'm just trying to give her some dignity in death. Hang on. Let me try and lift her a bit here. No. Hang on. Okay, now we go here. There we go. Now try and drag her up. There we go. That's about what I got. Okay.
Yes? I've heard that Arentus Falvius at the chapel can conjure up creatures.
That is a wonderful trick with your lips. Holy crap.
Goodbye.
That's insane.
Oh.
Can you spare a coin?
Nope. Not yet, anyways. Okay, so anyways, now that that's done, back here. Hey, look, it's a giant temple to Akatosh. No, that's the wrong way. Nah, I have other people to kill for the Dark Brotherhood. Many other people. I gotta be honest, though, I'm kind of tired. Like, it's been a really long day. Like, I joined the Mages Guild, kind of. Like, I haven't actually formally joined yet, but there's this guy who was teaching pranks, and there's invisibility, and then there was people who were trying to kill each other, and then there was just a lot of weird stuff. I need a good night's sleep. I'm sick of this crap. At least Martin's safe. You know, that's the thing I'm happy about.
What is it?
What is it now? Well met. Welcome to the Bloated Float. She's the finest inn on the water in all Cyrodiil.
Yeah, I could really use a bed.
There's a room, all right, and a fine room it is. Yours for the night for only 10 gold.
10 gold? Dude, sold!
A wise choice indeed. You've never had a night's rest like this, I assure you. The room is down below deck. It's the door on the left.
Thanks. Peace.
Farewell.
Okay. On the left. There we are. And you can tell I'm really, really tired. Like, super duper tired. Why am I rocking? Why is the ship rocking? By the way, I'm really impressed they managed that. I really am. They basically had to do some really weird things with it to make that happen. So, yeah, I want to go ahead and admit something. I love it, and it's cool, Malachor. I actually talked about Imperial City earlier a little bit more. This is a great quest. And when I first did this quest ever, I didn't know it was a quest. I just saw a ship, and I'm like, oh, cool. Oh, I can go inside. Oh, they turned a ship into an inn. That's neat. I'll go ahead and sleep here for the night. Huh? Yeah, no, this one got me. I really wasn't expecting this.
Hey, who in Oblivion are you? You don't look like one of the Blackwater brigands.
What? I'm just a passenger.
What? I was told there are only 2 others on board. I locked the bouncer in the storage room, and she has the owner. So that leaves you.
I was just staying for the night.
Now I'll ask again. Who are you?
No, seriously. I was just staying... I'm a member of your gang!
There's no one else in our group except the 4 of us. The Blackwater Brigands don't just take on new members out of the clear blue sky.
Alright.
When we formed the Brigands 3 months ago, I was told no more than a 4-way split on all the profits. So stop telling lies and tell me what you're doing here.
I was trying to get a good night's sleep, you dick.
Then perhaps my sword can find the words that your mouth cannot.
Let's find out.
Ha-ha! Ah!
Guess not. Well, good news, he's in leather gear. That means the level scaling seems to be working. So, let me go ahead and give a small little tip. When you sleep here, it actually teleports you to this cell. Now, this cell is basically a copy-pasted version of the original cell, but it is a completely separate cell. It is a new location. It's funny, by the way, if you have the Mark and Recall mod and mark here, because things get weird if you do that. Don't do that. But you can also steal the crap out of, like, everything here if you really feel like it. It's not even stealing, if you'll notice. There's not a lot actually worth grabbing. But you can do it if you really want to. So let's see what his instructions said. He seems like a fun guy. What do you got for me? Your instructions are to make your way to the bottom of the deck and secure all the rooms there. Make sure you don't disturb Minx. She's to be left alone on her assignment. Remember, after the ship is scuttled, we'll meet back in Braville in 3 days. Make sure you destroy this note after you memorize it. So, one thing that never fails to amuse me about about Oblivion, which is not quite present in Morrowind, which is where I was going with that sentence. No, there's no one here. Is the fact that several of these little quests, including this one, and indeed the two we just did back in Bruma, have to do with bandits who decided to get clever and come up with what I can only call wacky schemes, right? Like, seriously, let's go through this, okay? So, I am part of an adventuring group, and I want more of these people. I want more of the sharers. So I'm going to fake being a vampire hunter, pretend my victims are vampires, and kill my way through until I get the amulet. Perfect. Second scheme. I'm going to go ahead and try and convince someone to go, figure out where the gold is, while the other person is thinking, I'm going to convince someone to try and kill the guy, or the other person. Well, at the same time, a guard is saying, I just need to convince them to tell me where the gold is. The three things just kind of piling up there. And then, of course, we've got this one, which is a team. 4 people get together to steal a ship, which is actually an inn, and then sail it out to sea so they can rob it, and then scuttle the ship. I mean, I'm sorry, but this ship is worth a little bit more than the pittance you're going to get out of it. But no, let's scuttle the ship. It's just... I mean, it's actually really funny to me, because I could totally believe people doing this, I could see, like, if Elder Scrolls was real, I could believe there's a group of bandits who are sitting in a room going, okay, we got to steal the ship, and we got to sail it out of the harbor, and we got to sail it out of the ocean, and then we got to rob it. And then we'll leave. I'm with it, And yeah, as much as I do like Morrowind and its world building and whatnot, quests like these, if you ever wonder why I love Oblivion, it's quests like these. Why would you sell a ship?
About time someone showed up. Thank you for freeing me. I'm Grumman Gromarad, the bloated float's bouncer and helmsman. I've been locked in that storage room for hours. I don't know exactly what's going on, but not long ago, a gang of thieves calling themselves the Blackwater Brigands stormed the ship. They took myself and Ormil, the float's owner, hostage and put the ship to sea. I have no idea what they're after. If you can get me safely to the top deck, I can steer the float home. But I'm not budging until the coast is clear. I'm used to dealing with drunken louts, not a gang of well-armed thieves.
All right. I'll go deal with it. What can you tell me about these brigands?
All I know is there seems to be 4 of them.
3.
They blindfolded me before they put me in here, so I didn't see much.
What about the bloated float? Tell me about this thing.
The float has 3 decks. This deck is the inn deck. The next level up is the tavern deck. And then there's the top deck.
So I guess I should tell you a quick story. This is another one of those good for an early quest things for the reason Stranger's mentioning there. So basically, as I said before, the first time I ever played this game, I pretty much beelined for Cheydinhal, right? After Cheydinhal, I was a little overwhelmed. Like, I didn't even do all the quests in Cheydinhal because I didn't find them all. I'll give you some Cheydinhal stories when we get there. I got at least 2 to tell you once we get there. But after Cheydinhal, I'm like, God, I don't know what the hell to do. So I went to the Imperial City, and then I got completely overwhelmed. Like, it was basically like going to Vivek City all over again. And not literally, of course, but I mean, it's this huge city with tons of NPCs and tons of rooms and tons of cells, and I'm just like, Oh god, I have no idea what to do. And I basically bumbled my way through Imperial City for what was probably about an hour. Just talking to NPCs and figuring out where the merchants were, that kind of thing. And then I bumbled my way here. So, functionally, this was probably the third or fourth quest I did in this game ever. An interesting way to begin my Oblivion career, huh?
Good luck. You'll need it.
Thanks. By the way, if you're a sneaky assassin type, this quest is very, very easy, because they have very low spotting scores.
Oh, there.
So,
Where do you think you're going?
arrow?
Celine's not going to like this one bit. I wasn't to be disturbed.
I'm getting off this boat.
The only way you're getting off this boat is when we throw your corpse over the side.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just warming up you.
Key. I'll take that.
Nice work.
Yeah, thanks. Oh my god, the Black Horse Courier. Oh, who asked about the Black Horse Courier question? This was like hours ago at this point. I actually had an answer and I never actually said it because I'm an idiot. So this is actually kind of funny because this actually summarizes... here it goes. A little bit about the Imperial Simulacra era. That's Arena. And then there's the Restoration period. That's Daggerfall. And then the Flourishing of the Provinces, the Vardenfell Crisis, King's Health is Brenzia. That's Morrowind. I just think it's cool. It's just a little thing, but all three games are actually summarized, very, very excessively summarized right there. Just a cool little thing. Anyways. So, yeah, you can use Rob. There's nothing here worth getting, though. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, well, so I think I'll talk about this now in brief, and I'll talk about it more later. The Thieves Guild actually has pretty strict rules. We've kind of already had this discussion before, but it was about murdering and not stealing. See, if you remember, the Morag Tong are really strict. Like, it's very, you have to do this, you have to follow these rules. You know, professionals, right? They're all professional killers, not a gang of people who like to kill. It's the same thing with the Thieves Guild. The Thieves Guild is at least the Cyrodiilic Thieves Guild, because we'll get there when we get there. But the Cyrodiilic Thieves Guild is, we're pros. You don't kill, you don't steal from the poor, and you don't steal from people who don't deserve to be stolen from. And I think there's actually a fourth rule I'm forgetting here. I think, oh yeah, the fourth rule is you don't mess with other Thieves Guild members. You know, they're pros. I mentioned that because it partially helps to explain why there's the bandit problem and why there's people like these idiots, or the idiots back up at Broomer, or idiots we'll be mentioning later as well. These are all idiots. And I mean that more or less literally, because these are the people who are literally Thieves Guild dropouts. Either they weren't good enough to join to begin with, and we'll be seeing some of that later, or they were in and they bowed out because they broke and violated the rules. So it's kind of a nice little in-lore coinciding thing there. But anyways, so...
I'll wait on the tavern deck until you clear the top deck. That's where the ship's wheel is located.
Yeah, but where's... I can't remember his name.
I await your return, if you return.
I'll never return. Oh yeah, in the Blackwood, it's another one.
What are you doing up here? They find the Golden Galleon yet?
Get away from that wheel, you moron.
Over my dead body.
Okay.
Let's get this over with.
He said it, not me. Yeah, this is... Whew. Here we are in the middle of the ocean. And yeah, this kind of gets to me. Now, realistically, in lore, we're probably not actually that far out to sea. But I'm just going to tell you, this cell goes out... It's just water. This is just water. In pretty much all directions. For a really long ways. In fact, actually, I can show this off a little bit. Wait, hang on, I have something. Oh no, I just turned Arnora's collision off. She just fell through the world. So yeah, here's a little bit of a better shot of it, as you can just see. It's not perfect. There are issues here, but, you know. Pretty sure there's a couple. I know there's an airship mod, which actually moves. I took the key from Roth.
Roth? I told him to guard the wheel and not talk to anybody. Who are you?
I'm the ship's cook.
There's no cook on board the bloated float. How dare you try and make a fool of me? After I deal with you, I'll feed your body to the slaughterfish.
See, you can kind of get my point. Hi, Carbon.
Am I supposed to be impressed?
Because idiots like these would never make the cut for Thieves Guild. Like, at all. In fact, I will go so far as to say that, in my opinion, the Thieves Guild quests, unless you break the game. So, playing normally, the Thieves Guild quests are the hardest quests in this game, in my opinion. In a good way, though. I rather enjoy them.
Oh, thank goodness. That horrid woman kept threatening me. She said if I didn't come up with a loot, she'd throw me to the slaughterfish.
Yes, that was a Steven Skull reference, by the way. A deliberate and knowing one. Hey, I'd like a bed.
If you need light arm.
So, tell me about these brigands.
Well, I'm afraid all of this was my fault. They hijacked the bloated float because of me. Business has been waning of late, so I invented a story. I fashioned a tale about a golden galleon that the previous owner hid within this very vessel. It was to be a statuette made completely of gold. At the time, the idea was quite clever, I thought. I figured the lore would draw more curiosity seekers and adventurers looking for the treasure. What could the harm be if while they were here, they bought a drink or two? My business has increased quite a bit since I leaked the story. Well, obviously, I was mistaken. It was a terrible idea. I'm just glad that no innocents were hurt. I wouldn't want to have their blood on my hands. Anyway, sorry to ramble. You better get below now and rest until we arrive safely at the Imperial City docks.
I want to make this very clear. These four brigands got together, made a plan specifically designed for this plaid to be like, all right, we're going to steal this ship, take it out there, find the gold thing. They did all this prep work and all this premeditated thing, and were willing to kill over a rumor that none of them bothered to double check. And this is not me making fun of bad writing. This is great. Yeah, she actually has a magical steel sword.
Go get some rest.
Here, I'll show it to you. It's fatigue, absorb fatigue, which is an extremely useful enchantment, especially when you're lower level.
Many thanks. I'm preparing the ship for her return.
Awesome. I'm gonna go take a nap. Man, that was a long adventure. Oh, God. Oh, shoot. I started making myself really snore. Or yawn. That's the word. Alright, I'm just going to take a quick nap here. There we go. And now we're teleported back. So. Yep. Hey, we're back.
You're awake. Good. I didn't want to disturb you. I suppose you're wondering what I did with Celine.
Well, there's a...
The authorities at the Imperial City took her off the ship as soon as we docked. I was also informed that there was a reward for her capture. Here you go. Don't spend it all in one place. Unless it's here, of course.
Here, have 500 gold for amusing me.
I would gladly let you invest in my shop. The extra coin will allow me to purchase more goods from adventurers such as yourself.
So this is a good time to talk about how selling works in this game. So in Morrowind, and let me be clear, I prefer the Oblivion method. But that's a preference thing. In Morrowind, a merchant has 500 gold, okay? So you sell 500 gold worth of stuff to them, and then they have 0 gold. So then, what is it, 3 days, I think? I forget the exact time, but after an X period of time, their gold resets, and they now have whatever their default base gold is again, okay? They get that gold in. And there's ways to work with that system to basically buy stuff, giving them gold until they have enough gold to sell to you, and blah, 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 blah. 24, okay, so it's 1 day. It's 1 day, and then their gold pile resets. In Oblivion, the gold value is...
I'm listening.
Wait, hang on.
Farewell, my friend.
Well, I was going to show you, but basically the gold value of each merchant is actually a cap, but each merchant technically has infinite money. So, to explain what I mean a little bit, this Ebony Warhammer is worth 2,800 gold. Now, that's its base value. So, obviously, that whole haggle disposition thing will affect that. But assume for a moment that I could sell that, like I was being able to sell that at 100% of its value. So, 2,800 gold, right? Thing is, most merchants have a gold cap of, like, 250. So, the most that merchant will sell to me for is 250, because that's their gold cap. Someone with a gold cap of 500 will be able to buy it from me for 500, and so forth and so on. Anybody who does a lot of high-end mercantile stuff in this game probably knows where the best merchants are in the game. I can actually name both of them off the top of my head. One is in Battlehorn Castle, and one is the lady I'll be talking to. I don't remember her name. But it's the lady here. You know what? I'll show you just to prove that I do know what I'm talking about. Because these two are... They're not the only ones who do this, but they are my personal go-tos for selling.
Greetings.
Oh, whoops, I'm in the wrong section. Here we go. This lady, right here.
You've come to divine elegance because you care about what you wear. And Palaneria has what you want, or no one has.
So,
may I interest you in some of my fine wares?
You can see her gold cap right there, 1,700. Right there, 1,700 gold. And you can invest in her, and then there's one other thing you can do to increase that. But basically, there is some stuff you're never going to get your money's value out of it. Like, never, ever, ever. It's not happening. So.
Farewell.
Now, it's funny you say that, Necro, because... Funnily enough, at least in my experience, the Thieves Guild costs more than it makes. You know what I mean? Like, I put more money into investing into my skills and the items and everything I need for the Thieves Guild than I get from stealing stuff and selling it. So, I'm usually one of those people who actually has a pretty big problem trying to get enough stolen goods in order to to rank up in the Thieves Guild. Now, while we're here, I did that, and I did that. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and start this. We're not going to finish this quest today. Wait, what? Oh, why is it's doing the shift thing again? Damn it. Sorry. There we go. Hey, guys! I just found an alien statue. Which guild rakes in the most money for me? Probably fighters. You get you can get a whole lot of armor and weapons, especially when you start doing the quests for the Blackwood, against the Blackwood, and just toss those at her. Or the Battlehorn thing. What, Tesla?
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, so first I'm going to invest.
I would...
It's out there.
Have a look around.
So now her cap is 2,200.
You won't find better prices in all Tamriel.
So yeah, I want to sell my pants. I have no need of pants. I spit on them. Pah, pah. It's a filthy peasant gear. And it's clogging my inventory, and I really don't need more crap in my inventory. My inventory is going to be huge by the time this game ends. I'm going to sell this alien statue.
Tell your friends about me. Goodbye.
So, funny thing, the moment you sell one of those statues to anyone, and I'm not sure I have the correct statue, because there's actually 2 different ID codes, but the moment you sell that statue, a script happens. It actually leaves her inventory, just vanishes, and teleports somewhere else. And we have basically started a script which will have an NPC who will start to hunt us down in order to give us a quest, so we're going to go and deal with that.
Spare a coin for the infirm.
Oh, hey, it's a radiant conversation.
Greetings, Imperial.
I understand the Fighters Guild is hiring new members. Not bad work for some folks.
Interesting.
I understand money is tight, but buying discount spells seems like a bad idea.
Seems to me Some things are worth paying full price for. They say that the priests and priestesses of the Chapel of Dibella have all been murdered. No one even knows who did it.
Apparently no one has any idea who did it. Now there's some prophet preaching doom in the streets of Anvil.
The servants of Dibella, slaughtered on the very altar of love. Truly shocking.
No!
Of course.
So long.
Okay.
Take care.
I was worried. For a bit there, that was actually a nice, coherent conversation. Then it started to get bad. Anyways, yes, that is the only truly Ayleid, specifically, construct within the city. The rest of this is done in Ayleid, Imperial, Nordic, and Redguard design. So anyways, do I want to do this quest? What do you guys think? Do you think I should do the merchant quest? It's not really a big deal if I do it. It's not on my list. Let's see. There's actually a lot of trade people here, and they do sell a fairly large variety of stuff.
Welcome to a
Yeah, could you sell me...
armor, weapons, I have it all. How may I help you?
Best Stormane and
I
Oblivion?
wouldn't tell you.
The feed bag. Yeah, the Gravediggers. That's specifically the one I'm talking about.
Good day.
Look, I can't have it in Skyrim. I gotta have it somewhere. Okay, so... let's do... They weren't actually called that yet, Malachor. This was a while ago. Wait, hang on. So that's Imperial Commerce.
Hello.
Actually, another mod, if I could just preach another mod while I'm here. Where the hell? Another mod I enjoy in this game is the banking mod. Now, there's a couple of these, and they vary in quality. No, I cannot, Tesla. But the best banking mod, in my opinion, is one that allows you to deposit money, and then literally every time like a day has passed, it does a new formula to give you any, like a new percentage, you know, basically earning interest on it. And you could buy properties and writs and all that stuff. It's cool, it's fun, it's economical. You know me. While we're here, just really quick.
Edgar Vautrin, you don't want the very best. You want cheap. And I got cheap.
Yeah, I think that is it, the Banks of
Have a look at
Cyrodiil.
my wares. I'm sure there's something to suit you.
Well, like I said, they weren't called that yet, Malachor. The Redata, or Erdata, or something like that is what they were called back then. It might have been even before that, actually. Because we're not sure when they started taking that name. So...
I'm Watch Captain Auden Zavidius. Don't forget it. I like this city quiet as a mouse. Raise a fuss, and you'll be sorry.
You don't understand, Tesla, and that's okay. I understand that you don't understand.
It's true what everyone is saying. Kvatch is lost. The Daedra, they swarmed in. The town guard never had a chance.
Ah, that's fine.
Farewell, sir.
No?
What is it, citizen?
I'm Irene Metric. If you needed to know more, you'd already know.
Yeah, actually, absorb skill is a thing in this setting. No, that's Hieronymus Lex.
Old beggar.
Hello.
How are you today?
Three
Spare
brothers
a
have
coin.
some
So that's actually my favorite type of Radiant conversation.
Allow me to introduce
here we go.
myself. My name is Jolring. I come on behalf of my master, Umbacano. He asked me to deliver this note. I believe it is an invitation to visit him at his manor in the Imperial City.
What would Umbacano want with me?
My master is a collector of Ayleid antiquities. It has come to his attention that you recently sold an item that interests him. I believe the note will give you all the details.
Really? Excellent. Thank you for your time. I can't wait to serve your master.
If there's anything I can do, I am humbly...
But we're not actually doing that right now. We are actually going to... God, I'm thinking which order I want to do these things. Let's do this. Let's do this. Yeah, we did multiple days of testing and setup mods, Tesla, that I'm guessing you just weren't there for.
Hello there. Welcome to the arena. I don't think I've ever seen you around here before. I know all the regulars, believe me. If you're looking to join the arena as a combatant, you need to head down to the Bloodworks and talk to Owen, the Blade Master. If you're here to bet on a fight, on the other hand, you're talking to the right man. There are matches all day long, from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. That's a lot of chances to fill your purse with coin. So what do you say? You want to bet on a match?
Appreciate it, Tesla. No, I don't want to bet. Thank you.
Oh, all right. Very well, then. If you need anything, please just ask. I'll be happy to take your bet if you change your mind.
Don't forget, we also had Radiant Terrain back in Daggerfall Terra. So the next logical step is Radiant Stories. Like that procedurally generated Harry Potter thing I read recently.
If by just...
Okay, just making sure that's there.
Have a good day now.
So, the arena. I don't actually have a lot to say about this, except for the fact that, well... The idea of this kind of thing being legally ratified, I think you're right, Django, is something I'm totally okay with. At least hypothetically. Because this is the kind of thing, first of all, that has been a real thing in real life for many, many times in real life. But second of all, there's also... Basically, the idea is to try and try to keep crime down as much as you can by allowing people who want to go kill people to go kill people. These are matches, you know, to the death. These are matches to the killing, and you go in with whatever you've got, and you train and you work at it, and if you die, you die, and that's the end of your career. Now, now that is fully understandable. What I personally don't understand is people would want to watch that. Maybe anybody who likes watching boxing or watching, what's it called? The fighting thing that's become a lot bigger in the last 10 years. Maybe you could tell me more about the allure for that. I don't personally get the idea of watching someone fight to the death. You know, I don't get that. But this is, again, a very logical thing to have. UFC, thank you. That's exactly what I was thinking about. UFC, Ultimate Fighting Championship. So this is the kind of thing that is very logical and very sense-make and blah, blah, blah. It's actually also really kind of messed up the more you think about it. Because you come in and you join the arena, and it's like, so, here's the deal. We don't claim any responsibility for you dying. You have to basically equip yourself. You do have to have your standardized gear that, you know, to level the playing field a little bit. We'll have to wear, like, you know, the red team or the blue team stuff. And that's basically it. There's also a mod that makes the arena more alive. Basically adds tons of NPCs in the crowd and people doing stuff. I don't actually have that mod on because, while it's a cool mod, it is a little bit of a hog and does have some crashy issues, so I won't be able to show that off for you. So, and of course, if I can say one other thing really quick, even if you aren't a deranged psychopath, I'm just going to show this here. Even if you're not a deranged psychopath, even if you're not someone who just, I want to kill people, I want to kill people. No, this is, it's logical why people would want this. Because this is basically a career at this point. Think of it this way. First of all, the pay is good, at least for normal people's perspective. And if you don't want to have to deal with, like, traipsing through caves and defending, platforms or caravans and all the crap that the Fighters Guild offers. You just want to fight people and get really honed in your art. This is where you go. This is the go-to point. There's a reason the arena has fights all day, pretty much every day. There is no shortage of people wanting to join the arena, and that is in lore, not just in gameplay. And yeah, I remember that London, which is a bit of a shame, but not all matches are to the death. That's true. There are exceptions to that rule. And as Stranger just points out, this isn't just slaves being tossed into the pit. This is people who are career fighters. Now, the other thing I want to mention here is that basically this is like a quick and easy out from an in-lore perspective. For anybody having troubles, are you depressed or suicidal? Go fight in the arena. Are you having legal problems, like maybe you're wanted by the law? Well, if you can get there, you can get in there and go fight in the arena. If you are running out of steam, like you're not quite in the same shape as you used to be, you can go fight in the arena, and so forth and so on. There's a lot of... What I'm trying to say is there's a huge number of people from all different kinds of walks of life who would want to be engaged in this, including, as it happens, us. Although, to be fair, we're only doing this for him.
Hail, friend. I don't believe I've ever seen you down here in the Bloodworks before. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Agranak Gromalag.
Hey, Agranak.
Most people just call me the Grey Prince. It's kind of silly, I know, but the people of Cyrodiil need heroes. I'm more than happy to oblige.
So, the arena quests are actually kind of dull. I have to admit, I find them a little bit unimpressive. These are probably the closest things to straight up, I don't mean this as an insult, but straight up Morrowind quests in Oblivion. The only reason we're doing this at all is because his quest chain at the end is pretty awesome.
Yes.
Or his quest
what everyone
at the end,
calls
sorry.
me. I guess I'm partly to blame. I have never made it a secret that I'm actually only half orc. I am a lord's son, yet I've been denied the noble privilege to which I'm entitled. So I have become the Grey Prince, noble in my own right. Still, if I could prove who I really am and show the world that an orc can be noble in blood as well as deed, maybe, yes, you could help me.
Tell me more.
I grew up here in the Imperial City, but I was born elsewhere. My mother was a servant in the employ of Lord Leviticus and resided at his fortress. Lady Leviticus was a shrew of a woman. The Lord and my mother grew close and ultimately fell in love. I was the result of their union. When the lady learned of my birth, she was furious and threatened to kill both my mother and me. So we fled, leaving my claim to nobility behind. My mother died recently. Before she passed, she gave me this key and told me it would unlock the truth at the place of my birth, Crowhaven. Crowhaven is a ruined fort far to the west of here. I'd go myself, but my training regimen doesn't allow for the luxury of such an excursion. My friend, you must travel to Crowhaven and use the key to unlock whatever it is that holds the proof of my birthright. Find this proof and return it to me, and I'll share with you some of my finest combat techniques. Trust me, you can't learn these moves in a book.
This is a great quest, by the way. A great and horrible quest. Did I? Yeah, me too, stranger. No, Tesla. No, bad, bad. Yeah, the flip move. Whatever. What's funny is this is a pretty classic no, Tesla. This is a pretty classic tragedy story, like as in the classical definition of a tragic story. And I like it. Who has more character depth, Molag Bal or Vishay? I'll give that to Molag Bal. Don't worry, we'll cover it, Juju's. So, time to see how terrible forts are. This is our first actual time in a fort. This is pretty much all you're ever going to see, right here. This is a fort. Looks like the enemies are back down to where they should be, though, so the level command did actually work. What sword is what? Oh, the Adoring Fan, easily. I mean, this fort has apparently been in ruins for a really long time. Even though, canonically, we actually know exactly how long this fort has been in ruins. We could actually calculate it out, if we felt like it. Hey, Riven. We're basically going to end the stream pretty soon here, but yeah. Oh, Todd Howard. That's not even a question, Carbon. I mean, Todd Howard actually has a character trait. He's a liar. So there's Lord Leviticus. And he drops vampire dust. I kind of already pointed that out earlier. Here's his little hideaway. Guide to Anvil. Galarian the Mystic. I've actually talked about a lot of these things already. I was heartbroken when you rejected me. Tell me what I can do to win your heart. I will slay trolls, walk through thorns, fast for a week. Please don't shut me out of your life. I love you more than a flower needs sunshine. Entry 1. Beauty, pure and sublime. That is the only way to accurately describe my love. The maiden Gro Malog. True, the orcs of Tamriel are often vilified by the other citizens of the Empire, and rarely would they be considered a pleasure to look upon. So is my maiden Luktuv a rare breed of orc, unlike the rest of her kin in physical appearance? Nay. In fact, she is the perfect representative of her race. Green skin, muscular frame, but beautiful she is, all the same. For who am I to judge? Who am I to criticize when so many would condemn my very existence? I can only hope my love is as understanding when she learns of my unique condition, for I have yet to reveal that most precious of secrets. Entry 2. Damn the politics of my station! Taxation, trade negotiations, meetings with disingenuous aristocrats. Sometimes makes me regret my birthright altogether. I spent the latter half of my life hiding my identity, guarding my secret. But now I am faced with an even greater challenge. For if word were to get out that I have fallen in love with a servant and an orc, I would be ruined. Such is the life of the Cyrodiilic nobleman. Entry 3. Curse me for a coward, but I have not yet found the strength to tell my beloved Luktuv the truth. Perhaps it's for the best. What benefit is there in her knowing? She would share all of my fears, but none of my abilities. Her life would become one of doubt, uncertainty. Still, if she is to spend her remaining mortal days with me, she has the right to know the truth. By the way, you remember how earlier I mentioned that there's at least 2 vampires I could point to who were decent? This guy was probably a third. Now, we only really have his journal to go off of for characterization, but by all accounts, he seemed like a pretty decent guy who was just happened to be a vampire. But I'll get to that in a second. Entry 4. Joy and exultation. She's with child. My beloved Luktuv is carrying my child. The midwives predict a boy, and we've already settled on the name Agranok. In truth, I never realized such miracles were possible, but the divines have granted us their blessing, and so it shall be. I must wonder, of course, if the child will share in my dark gift. Only time will tell. No, we'll get to that, stranger. Entry 5. Tonight the truth will be revealed. I will tell my beloved everything. She will know who and what I am, and we will decide how best to raise the precious child that grows in her wombs. Entry 6. Betrayal. Foul, loathsome harlot. How dare she question my motives, question the love I have for my own unborn child? When she learned the truth that I, Lord Leviticus, am no longer human, that I have walked Tamriel as a vampire for the past 200 years, how quickly she judged me. Ha! A monster, am I? Perhaps I should have proven her right. Perhaps I should have drained her dry when I had the chance. But I loved her, as deeply as a man has ever loved a woman. And I wanted nothing more than to bring our baby into this world and embrace my new role as her father, or his father. Perhaps when Luktuv comes to her senses, for she refuses to come out of her room, we can have a rational discourse about our future. I do not, however, retain much hope. New entry. Imprisoned. Imprisoned in my own home. While I slept, Luktuv locked me in my own private chambers. She called through me through the doors, told me of her plan to escape with our child. She means to keep my baby from me. When I get free, I will find that treacherous whore and rip the child from her very womb. Entry 8. 2 weeks. 2 weeks have passed since Luktuv locked me in my quarters. Try as my might, I cannot free myself. I cannot breach the doors. If I don't feed soon, I feel I will go mad. Entry 9. Food. Blood. 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 I need it. I need blood. See, here's the thing about Cyrodiilic vampires. If they feed regularly, they are normal people with the whole life thing. They can walk out in the sunlight. They can eat regular food. They can walk amongst the normal people and maintain all of their faculties. But the longer you go without blood, the more your brain just kind of slowly goes until you can't really think straight anymore. And then it reaches a point where if you hit true frenzy, where you can't think at all, where you are literally a beast. He's been locked in here for about 20 years. So the reason he attacked us on sight when we came in here is because he wasn't him anymore. He was a ravenous, insane, deranged beast. Oh, and also, when you reach that point, you can no longer withstand the sun, and your appearance is very, very obvious. Everyone can tell you're a vampire the moment you see that. And this is why this is a tragedy, because no one comes out of this happy. Lord Leviticus, who was overjoyed by the thought of actually having a child, he goes completely insane, and we kill him. There's no way around that. The woman who he was going to have, she goes off and lives a life of poverty and dies a mere 20 years later. The son, well, he seems to be doing well right now, but we'll see how he comes out of this one, too. That's not true, actually, Tesla. I hate to break that one to you, but there is actually a cure for vampirism quest in this game, and it's actually kind of awesome. I'm going to tell the champion his truth, his true heritage, because, well, because that's the story. Because this is a tragedy. So... Scritch, scritch, scritch. I don't know if I'll do the cure or not. The cure is a kind of a long... Oh, yeah, it's true. The DLC can cure you of that, too. I actually forgot about that. You do have the choice not to tell him, by the way. We're going to tell him now.
You've returned. So, have you been to Crowhaven? Have you... What's this? The Journal of Lord Leviticus? My friend, you've done it. This is wonderful news. The words of Lord Leviticus himself. Perfect. Ah, I believe I owe you something, eh? Here, let me show you these moves.
Okay.
Step like this. Now strike. All right, now parry. That's it.
Okay.
There you are. Some of the best combat moves you'll ever learn. You'll need them if you want to last more than 5 seconds against me in the arena. Now, let's see what this journal says. Interesting. But... Wait. Can this be? But, by Shinji, I'm the son of a vampire. I'm no gray prince. I'm the spawn of evil. I thought my father was an nobleman, not some blood-sucking monster. I can't... all a lie. A lie.
So... I've actually already touched on this, but for reasons that I don't actually fully understand, vampires are basically acceptable targets in lore for the characters in Cyrodiil. Everyone hates vampires. And when I say hates, I mean... Well, you literally just saw an example of this, didn't you? Fall in love, been together for a long period of time, really happy, pregnant. Oh, you're a vampire? You know, screw this, right? I mean, we will see other examples of this as well, but vampires have such a weird... Like, it's almost an extreme. Like, you look at a vampire, it's like, oh my god! Like, I literally can't think... Well, actually, yeah, I can, but let's not go... let's try to use another fictional parallel here. That's kind of like walking up to a Templar in Dragon Age and being like, blood magic! You know, it's... Yeah, they really, really, really do not like vampires in this setting. Yeah, they're desolates. That's actually... Thank you, Berenian. Thank you for reminding me that some people actually did watch my stuff. Yeah, they're basically desolates, although the desolate effect itself is not involved. They're loathed and despised universally. Actually, that might not be true, Tesla. And Carbon got there first. Being an offspring of a vampire probably did give him abilities, yes. Because he had significant... I mean, there's a reason he has been champion of the arena for some time. That's unusual, by the way. You hear, if you talk to everyone, and if you interact with some of the other, like the lore tidbits about the arena, you find out that he's pretty much the first person to hold the championship title for this long in quite a while. Because most of the time, someone works their way up to the top and then gets knocked off by someone else who works their way up to the top. You know, there's so many people, such a huge swarm of people, like we talked about earlier, swarming into the arena that by natural selection, some of those are going to be good enough to knock the person off at the top. And then another one shows up and does it, and another one shows up and does it. He's actually just sat there for a while. Now, he could just be that good, but it's pretty likely he is literally superhuman. Yes, he can stand in sunlight. Remember, even a full-fledged vampire can stand in sunlight. At least a cyrodiilic vampire, I should clarify. Because remember, there's lots of different kinds of vampires. Now, if we talk to him again...
The journal. My father's journal. It says I'm part vampire. I thought my father was a nobleman, not some blood-sucking monster.
So then he just descends into absolute despair. So I'm going to show off the arena at least a little bit.
I don't know who you are, friend, but you've got about 10 seconds to tell me what you're doing in my bloodworks before I lop your arms off.
You're welcome to try.
You what? You want to be a combatant? Look at you! My granny could beat you, and she's dead. Wait, you're serious, aren't you? What is it with you people? You walk in, want to be combatants, and your entrails end up decorating my red room. All right, it's your funeral. Welcome to the arena, you filthy pit dog. You're free to fight so long as you know the rules of competition. Now let me give you your battle raiment. It's the uniform of all arena combatants. Do you want a light raiment or a heavy raiment?
So can I just say something real quick? This voice actor is probably one of the ones I have the biggest problems with in Oblivion. And I know that sounds weird, because he knows how to emote, but he has no idea how to inflect. And pay attention to the way he talks. It's almost like he's never read English before. You know what I'm talking about? Like, he just has the emphasis just weird here and there in the middle of his dialogue. Yeah, it's this voice. He voices a lot of people, and he does it in every role he does in this game. And it's just weird every time I hear him talk. I mean, there are actually worse voice actors in this game than him, but...
A light raiment, huh? You sure? I figured you for the heavy raiment type. You know, hide behind a skin of steel. Okay then. Here. Put that on. See if it fits okay. When you're ready for a match, I'll be waiting. You want to fight, you talk to me. All right then?
So, hang on. So you actually have to be wearing it to do it. Whoops, wrong thing. Yeah, looking good. All right.
Gotta move on. You haven't run home to Mama yet, huh? That's a good sign. So, you ready for a match, or do you just need some information?
Yeah, I'm ready for a match.
You might be ready, but the arena ain't.
All right, hang on. I stare deep into your eyes.
You haven't run home.
So, yeah, I'm ready.
All right, maggot. Looks like you're suited up in your battle raiment and all set to go. The red room is just over there. When you're ready to get eviscerated, just head up the ramp to the arena. Good luck, and may Azura have mercy on your soul.
It's not a constant thing, Necro. In fact, I'm actually listening to hear when he messes up so I could point out specifics. By this is supposed to be blood. So they have a really basic way of dealing with this. I don't get why there's the handprints there. So the arenas are designed as ramps so that all the blood can just kind of slowly pour out, and that way it doesn't pool up there. There's also people whose job it is to show up and basically get the corpses out. So, yay.
Good people of the Imperial City, welcome to the arena. For this match, we've got some fresh meat, 2 brand new pit dogs. So let's not waste any time. Let the battle begin! Good people, we have a winner! All hail the combatant from the blue team. Victor from the blue team.
By the 9 divines, you did it. You actually won. You ain't so bad after all, pit dog. You may even survive enough matches to advance in rank. Here, kid. This is your payout for the victory. There's more where that came from if you can keep on winning. Now go unwind before your next fight.
I used to time myself for fun to see how fast I could get back and talk to him before the announcer finished saying that I just won. So I got here on the word blue. Let's see if I can do better.
Okay, so you're not a complete loser. Don't get cocky. Let me know when you're ready for a match, and you can prove yourself to me some more.
Yeah, every time I do this, I think of the KOTOR quest that's just like this.
Now that's the spirit. You give the people of Cyrodiil a good show, and I'll make sure you get a decent burial.
Good people of the Imperial City, welcome.
Yeah, that's West Johnson.
To the arena.
Lots of these are West Johnson.
Who will prevail? The pit dog from the yellow team or the pit dog from the blue team? Let's find out. Lower the gates. Good people, we have a winner. All hail the combatant from the blue team.
Damn it.
Okay, so you did it again. What do you want from me, a hug? Take your gold and get out of my face, pit dog.
Yeah, he does emote, like I said.
The yellow team ain't gonna fight itself, you lazy pit dog. You ready for a match or what? You must be downright determined to get yourself killed, huh? Okay, then, head back up to the arena and try not to die before the gate opens.
I'll try. No promises, though. I love doing this way. I mean, these are fun fights if you're doing them legit, but I love doing this way.
Welcome to the arena. Are you ready for a bloodbath? The winner of this match will advance in rank, so the stakes are high. Pit dogs, show us what you're made of.
You'll never take me alive. Oh, he's arranged. Hang on. You should melee me. You should melee me. You should melee me. Get back here and melee me like a dog, coward thing. Damn it, you don't have a melee weapon, do you? Hey, where are you going? We gotta give him a show. The crowd's up there like, what are they doing? Alright, now...
Good people, we have a winner. All hail the combatant.
Yes!
I can't believe I'm saying this, but you're no longer a pit dog. That's right. You've actually advanced in rank. Congratulations, brawler.
I got there before he said blue.
You know what brawler rank is worth around here? Nothing. Face it, kid. You're still a maggot. You need to keep fighting if you want to be somebody.
Oh, I should look something up. Hang on. I don't remember the numbers. Give me just a sec. I want to look this up because I do want to look up the actual numbers here. Here it is. Give me a second. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So in order to win the Grand Championship of the arena, you have to win 22 matches. So that doesn't sound like a lot, right? Like, I mean, that's not really big. Well, here's the thing. The more you win, the higher you rise in rank. The game sets it up so that you always fight equal ranks. So when you're pit dogs, you only fight pit dogs, okay? You with me so far? So the thing is, you have to keep fighting people who are same rank as you, which means they have to have killed people too. So for example, once you make it to Brawler, like we just have, 15 people have died for us to fight another Brawler, because of the simple math of this. So the next rank is actually Bloodletter. In order to make that, we have to have a grand total of 63 people who have died in order to have two Bloodletters fight each other. In order to actually get up to the highest rank, doing basic math on this, and I'm trusting the site here on the actual math here, but in order to actually get to the highest rank, the number of people who had to have been killed in the arena is 16,383 to have two champions fighting each other. That also, of course, relies on that math relies on one-on-one fights, and later we'll obviously be fighting more than one-on-one, and having only ever fought and then ranked up as a result of fighting, just like we do. So that's the minimum.
Okay, Brawler, you know the drill. Head up to that arena and show him who's boss.
Now, I'm pretty sure that's not in lore. But at the same time, it wouldn't surprise me.
Good people of the Imperial City, welcome to the arena. This match is a battle of the brawlers. Let your voices be heard as these brave warriors fight for glory. Combatants, begin! Good people, we have a winner.
Yeah,
this
so
match is a battle of the brawlers. Let your voices be heard as these brave warriors fight for glory. Combatants, begin!
No, don't kill me. Don't kill me, no, don't kill me. Oh, God, I'll do anything. Please spare me. Okay. Oh, crap, he stopped talking. I don't know how fast I'm going.
4 wins is okay, kid, but it don't make you grand champion. Here's your payout. Now go clean yourself up before your next match.
Okay, I'm ready for my next match.
That raiment's getting a little tight on you, Brawler. I think you need some exercise. What do you say? Ready for a match?
You dick.
All right, Brawler. This next match is going to be a challenge. Turns out there are 2 wood elf sisters who always fight together. They're twins, actually. You gotta take them both out. Now get in there and show those tree climbers who's boss!
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, Nosas also were always the blue team or the red team or yellow team or whatever. I just point that out because this is, from what I understand, a deliberate homage to the Deems back in the Byzantine and the Roman era.
Good people of the Imperial
I'm just going to finish
City,
this and be done, JNP.
welcome to the arena. Can the blue team's brawler possibly hope to defeat the yellow team's wood elf twin sisters? Let's find out.
Oh, there we go. Nika! So you're dead. Alright. Just inch this way. Inch this way. Keep going. Keep going. Not. Keep going.
Show me what you've got.
I killed your sister. Aren't you upset about that? Aren't you angry?
Good people, we have a winner. All hail.
Ha, those girls didn't stand a chance. Good job, Brawler. Here's your take. 1 more match and you'll advance again. You beating those twins is a good sign. You got a lot of fight in you. Let me know when you're ready to get bloody again. Your next opponent is a Khajiit. Not one of the quick, jumpy ones either. This cat goes in heavy, usually with an axe. Now go get him.
Usually. Sorry.
Good people of the Imperial City, welcome to the arena.
You tired of hearing that yet?
The winner of this match will advance to the rank of Bloodletter. Who wants it more? The yellow team or the blue team? Let's find out.
Who wants it more?
Take that.
Good people, we have a winner. All hail the combatant from the blue team. Victor from the blue team leaves the arena now.
And rest.
You earn
Busy man. Okay, so you can fight. Your new title is Bloodletter. You're getting into the real game now, kid. More gold for more blood. Don't disappoint me.
So can I just say that I actually disagree with the idea...
You made it to Bloodletter,
sorry.
which is more than I can say for most people who step into that arena. Keep it up.
So I kind of disagree with the idea the Imperials are just as bad as the Nords. Partially because, like it or not, this kind of a thing is an acceptable regulatory standard given the reality of the situation they live in, right? Like, it's not a good thing, let me make that very clear. But it's less of a bad thing than just what the Nords do, which is just, you know, whatever, wherever. Like, the closest thing the Nords have to any kind of organized outlet for violence or aggression is the brawling rules, which don't even always apply and aren't really codified. It's funny, actually, though, because this arena thing is not the only thing that the Empire does within the Imperial City, specifically to try and keep things moderated and not get worse. And I point that out because if you kind of notice, there's several things that the Empire does to try and keep things regulated and from spinning wildly out of control. I mentioned the Fighters Guild. You know, obviously, I've talked about that already. We'll be talking about that more later. I've talked about the arena. We will be talking about the Thieves Guild, and I've already told you about what the Mages Guild does to the magic side of things. All of these are actually institutions to help prevent people from going all around all willy-nilly and either killing or stealing or murdering or whatever. Then the Empire crumbles. The Mages Guild ceases to exist. The Fighters Guild kind of self-destructs. The Thieves Guilds segregate. It makes me wonder, we only see a little sliver of the world of the Fourth Era, but it makes me wonder just how bad things have gotten in the absence of any of these regulatory constructs. But anyways, moving on.
The next opponent is a Red Guard. I've seen him fight with both a mace and a sword, so be ready for either one.
So he will spawn with either a mace or a sword. Hey, Rory. Yes, Riven. What is that badge? Oh! The thing I told you about yesterday. Yeah, the Dark Brotherhood just...
There's nothing better than watching two eager bloodletters fighting to the death for fame and glory. But enough talk. Let the battle begin!
I'm with it, Corrales.
Good people, we have a winner. All hail the combatant from the blue team.
That was a good fight, Bloodletter. You really showed that Red Guard who's boss.
I did.
Here's your take. Now go clean yourself up.
Now, what's funny to me is you actually make more money doing Fighters Guild quests than you do doing the arena, which is literally just fight for profit. I find something amusing about that. But then again, you know, they really are different, both from an in-lore and an in-game perspective.
Come on, Bloodletter. Don't lose your momentum now. Keep fighting. Your next opponent wears a heavy raiment, but attacks with a short sword. She's like a heavily armored wasp and has the temper to match. Careful.
I'm going to have to formally disagree with you on that one, stranger. The Thieves Guild is an absolute wreck in Skyrim. The only reason it ever becomes anything is because we step in, do the Thieves Guild quest, and then have an entire chain of Radiant quests to restore the Thieves Guild to some degree of prominence.
Good people of the Imperial City, welcome to the arena. You came to watch these two bloodletters do what they do best, and they're dying to prove their worth. So let the bloodletting begin. Good people, we have a winner. All hail the combatant from the blue team. Victor from the blue team.
Oh God. Okay, there we go.
Okay, so you killed the Breton. Don't get a big head. Here's your payout. My Red Room got its paint job from fighters like you. After you disemboweled the next idiot, I want you to smear his blood all over the walls. Next up is a Dark Elf. I've never seen him fight before, but he's got a bow as well as a sword. So be ready for a ranged attack.
Well, yeah, Rory. And the Fighters Guild is a little higher tier professional. I mean, this is professional killing. Fighters Guild is professional being a soldier, basically. Guardsman, explorer, adventurer,
Good people of the Imperial City, welcome to the arena. Just look at the yellow team's dark elf. You can see the murder in his eyes. Can the blue team's bloodletter even hope to survive? Let's find out.
But anyways, yeah, that's why there's blood on the door. You got a melee weapon? Good.
Never leave this up. Good people, we have a winner. All hail the combatant from the blue team. Victor from the blue.
Good work, Bloodletter, or should I say Myrmidon. That's right, you've risen in rank. You know how it works. More blood, more gold. Here.
And yeah, we actually see exactly what it's like to have a Fighters Guild without any morality or regulation or respect for the law. That's the Blackwood Company. You give... Fighters Guild, I actually mentioned this again with the Morag Tong. The Morag Tong and the Fighters Guild both, we're not taking every option. We're not taking every bill, every contract. There we go, that's the word I'm looking for. Like, if you approach the Fighters Guild and say, yeah, I'd like you to help defend my marauders as we go marauding, the Fighters Guild will say, piss off. If you say, I want to help the Fighters Guild to defend my criminal enterprise, the Fighters Guild will say, piss off. Blackwood Company will be like, yeah, we got you back. Sure. Because the Blackwood Company is just an organized group of thugs. In fact, they are literally marauders, as I described earlier, the difference between marauders and bandits. Anyways. Yes, we do. Oh, I apparently didn't talk to him. Yeah, let's try that again.
All right, Myrmidon. Time to stop messing around. You ready to teach those Yellow Team scumbags a lesson or what?
They said you look like jerks.
Don't be fooled by your next opponent. The little dagger he uses is actually a powerful enchanted weapon called Shimmer Strike. Now go get him!
Oh, and yes, someone pointed it out in chat, but, maybe Meadfist.
Good people of the Imperial City.
Oh my god, Revan.
To the arena. The yellow team's combatant has slain many opponents with his magical dagger, Shimmer Strike. Let's see if the blue team can end his winning streak.
So shiny. So... Huh? Oh, right.
We have a winner. All hail the combatant from the blue team. Victor from the...
I guess you told that wood elf what you thought of his magic dagger, huh? Here's your gold. Nice going.
Wow, dude.
You're hungry, Myrmidon. I can see it in your eyes. You ready to feed that hunger, huh? You ready for another match?
Sure.
No surprises with this next one. Just a high elf with a chip on her shoulder. Get up to that arena and make her beg for death.
Okay. So, Riven said something in chat I want to actually respond to here. I'm going to try to talk over the announcer here. So what I was trying to say...
Welcome.
Oh my god.
You came here for a fight, and a fight you shall have. But talk is for the weak. You want blood. Lower the gates.
Okay, so Riven mentions that Blackwood Company should be more financially successful than the Fighters Guild. There's a few reasons why that's not true. Oh yeah, by the way, I just want to show off the crowd. I haven't really done that yet. See, this is the fight. People.
From the blue team, leave the arena now and rest. You earned it.
So if you've never seen these people up close, they're actually low polygonal. And suspiciously similar. One might say eerily similar. So like I said, there's a mod that basically adds layers rather than just the one arena tier, and also adds more people out there with actual polygons. It is a hell of a drag on your system, though. Like, legit. I know, right, Corellis? Whoops.
Ultima. They act all high and mighty until you leave them in a pool of their own blood. Here's your gold. Go take a breather.
I wish Django was here for that quote.
You're cutting through the yellow team like a knife through scrib jelly. One more fighting, you'll advance to warrior rank.
I think we have 6 more fights? I've kind of lost track.
The next opponent is your standard axe-armed orc. He's in a heavy raiment and looks pretty fit. Nothing you can't handle.
So anyways, to respond to Riven, it is entirely feasible to say that someone who is more morally bankrupt will make more money, but realistically speaking, using real-life norms, any kind of company that goes for that kind of completely morally bankrupt approach will make more money in the short term, but will ultimately be detrimental in the long term, as bit by bit, it'll get to the point where the only people who hire them are the people who either don't have to pay them, or, you know, there's other problems as well. Actually, I just realized I have to mention this as well. Thank you, Pommel. I'm glad you're enjoying. But the other big problem is that, at least as of right now, the Empire and most of the provinces are kind of leaning in the direction of civilization right now. So Blackwood Company is probably going... There's no probably, actually. This is... So the Fighters Guild chain is about dealing with Blackwood Company. That's the predominant story arc. Although there's other political stuff going on, which is kind of cool as well. But if the Fighters Guild didn't get involved, the Imperial military or the actual counts would have gotten involved. Because what the Blackwood Company is doing is actually illegal. And that's just going to really kill their ability to properly operate in the kind of manner that which they do. So, you know, we'll take any thing unless you want us to do something that, you know, is going to bring down the Imperial Guard on our head, is going to all kind of put them into a worse position than the Fighters Guild itself. Especially since the Fighters Guild itself is partially imperially funded, which means they don't need to charge full price, if you follow me. Because, you know, there's income from the contracts, and there's income from the Empire. So they don't need to charge to cover full expenses. They just need to charge. So Fighters Guild contracts are literally cheaper. Blackwood Company has to charge full price, because the only way they're funded by is by their contracts. Yeah, we do have a Raven, a Riven, and a Revan. You are correct. We do have all 3. We also have like 3 wolves, like 2 greys, and 3 spirits in my chat. Yeah, exactly, Meatfist. And see you around, Locarno. I can't believe I figured out that name instantly without even thinking about it. Cool name, I like it. Yeah, in the 4th era, with the horribly terrible situation that exists in the 4th era, that would be where the Blackwood Company would thrive. But right now, while we're still, you know, right on the tail end of an era of golden prosperity and peace and imperial rule, no, this is the wrong time for that.
Good people of the Imperial City, welcome to the arena. Everyone loves an advancement match, so let's watch as these 2 brave myrmidons face off in a battle to the death. Combatants, to arms! Good people, we have...
Did you see the axe?
All hail the combatant from the blue team. Victor from the blue...
There are a few things scarier than an orc with an axe, but you didn't even flinch. That victory brings you up to warrior rank. Well done.
Stuff like that is the stuff you can't script, or at least I can't script.
You're a warrior now. That ain't no joke. They may not know your name, but the people out there, the spectators, they know you now. They come to this arena to see you. So go out there and give the people what they want.
Not really, Melkor, no.
I've seen the next one fight before. She's a Nord, very quick, very strong. She favors a longsword and knows how to use it. Don't underestimate her.
Yeah, the axe is like, revenge for my fallen master.
Good people of the Imperial City, welcome to the arena. Raise your voices in cheer as we lower the gates and these two brave combatants face their destinies.
Hey, no spells!
Good people, we have a winner. All hail the combatant from the blue team. Victor from the blue team, leave the arena now and rest.
You left that Nord in pretty rough shape, warrior. They'll probably have to ship her back to Skyrim in pieces. Nice work. Here's your take. Look at you. You keep coming back for more. All right, warrior. You ready for a match?
Oh god, did you clip it? Could you do me a favor and link that in Discord, Braden? Because I don't want to alt-tab and wreck something.
Ah, spellcasters. That's what this next one is. A high elf sorceress or something. Just get in close and stab her a few times. That'll teach her.
So, that's actually thank you, Braden. That's actually an interesting thing to point out. The arena is also, other than the raiment, it's kind of a no-rules arena. Enchanted gear? That's cool. Melee weapons? Sure. Ranged weapons? That's acceptable. Purely magic? That's okay too. Basically, other than the raiment and like the rules about staying in your section, that's it. You can bring whatever the hell you want to the arena. And I think that's part of the reason why they have literally hundreds, if not thousands, of people swarming this in order to participate. Because, I mean, you could show up here with a club that you found in a ditch, or you could be a long-time adventurer who has built up a suit of gear and now you want to get some retirement money going.
Good people of the Imperial City, welcome to the arena. These warriors want nothing more than to please you.
Hey.
And if they fill their opponents with suffering and pain at the same time, all the better.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. So one of the rules is you can't take other people's gear.
Good people, we have a winner. All hail the combatant from the blue team. Victor from the blue team, leave the arena now and
I'm a
rest.
busy man. Another high elf has been taught the meaning of humility thanks to the blue team's #1 warrior. You really earned your keep this time.
A pretty decent chunk.
One more match is all
Ventures.
you need to advance again, up to gladiator rank. Most combatants never make it that far. But you're the exception, aren't you?
Well, me and the Grey Orc, which is the main reason I'm doing this. So yeah, this is actually a pretty decent amount of gold that we're making. To give you a little bit of perspective, most people probably make maybe in the range of about 10 gold a week doing normal everyday jobs. Some of the people who are merchants make more, and of course noble lords obviously make a good deal more than that. But you know, from an ordinary, like from my real life perspective, I would probably make probably like maybe 12 or so gold a week, something like that. I'm making about 100 to 300 gold a match, depending on which match it is. So now, so let's talk about the gear thing really quick. Actually, I think he mentions that.
You fight for the blue team. You fight against the yellow team. In order to fight in the arena, you must wear an arena battle raiment. The battle raiment covers your entire body. You can use your own helmet, shield, and weapon, so choose those items wisely. The battle raiment's already enchanted, so you can't muck with it. But aside from that, anything goes. Magic, stealth, whatever you need to win. You can compete in the arena any day from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Just come to me, tell me you're ready for a match, and away you'll go. Got it? Good.
Looks like
if you actually manage to win a fight, don't get any ideas about looting your opponent's corpse. That's strictly forbidden.
So, okay, he doesn't actually mention it. So, there's a theory that this is basically where the money for the arena comes from. Looting the dead corpses of whatever gear they have and either refurbishing it for proper use. Remember, this is an imperial institution. So refurbishing it back to the Legion of the local guard, or selling it, and therefore using those profits to keep the arena funded. Now, it's worth noting that might not be true. I suppose I'll give that a maybe on that one. But it is the thing that makes the most sense to me, especially since it is stated very clearly in lore, you do not loot the enemy. So, with the one exception, obviously.
Your next opponent is the most savage, blood-crazed orc I've ever seen. And believe me, I've seen a lot of them. This will not be fun. She'll come out of that gate with a warhammer the size of a child, and she'll swing it until your head explodes. Don't let that happen.
There is betting, and of course there is always the house money you're going to get from betting, yes. That is established, yes. But I don't think that's enough to cover their expenses in here.
Good people of the Imperial City, welcome to the arena. This is an important match, for the winner will advance to the esteemed rank of Gladiator. So, without further ado, let the battle begin!
No, you cannot, Venters. It's participate or bet.
Good people, we have a winner! All hail the combatant.
Could someone ban that person for me, please, Braden?
Victor from the blue team, leave the arena now.
You hit that orc so hard, her mother in Orsinium started bleeding. That victory advances you to the rank of Gladiator. Enjoy the gold.
Thank you.
Gladiator. It's not very often I get to call somebody that. You're doing the blue team proud, kid. Now go kill somebody before I get all weepy.
No, don't get all emotional on me.
Listen up. This next match is an outrage, but there's nothing I can do about it. You've got 3 opponents this time, and you have to beat them all. They're Argonian prisoners brought here from Black Marsh. They've been told they have to kill you in exchange for their freedom. I don't know what crimes they committed, but it's your life or their freedom. The choice should be pretty clear. Get going, and watch yourself.
This is a fun fight. In fact, I would actually say this is probably my favorite fight in this, other than the Grand Champion if you don't do his quest. So this is generally my favorite fight here.
Good people of the Imperial City, welcome to the arena. It looks like the yellow team has pulled a fast one by replacing their combatant with 3 Argonian prisoners. This should be interesting.
Now, my brothers, no, let us not succumb to...
Good people, we have a winner. All hail the combatant from the blue team. Victor from the blue team, leave the arena now and rest.
I'm a busy man. What is it? The yellow team surprised even me with that match. 3 against 1. I guess they didn't know who they were dealing with, huh? Well done. You ain't gonna stop until you hit champion, are you? Well, good. The blue team needs as much glory as we can get.
So... Necro just mentioned something that is worth note, and I'll bring this up in the Fighters Guild as well. It's worth noting that though I speak in a relatively positive manner about the Empire and its institutions, corruption is a very serious issue. The Fighters Guild has corruption, the Mages Guild had corruption, and still kind of has. We'll get there. The Thieves Guild kind of self-regulates against corruption, and the Arena has corruption. It is a reality. It is a flat reality. Sometimes money speaks, and sometimes the rules are ignored. And we do see this in all of these quests, in all of these chains that we do. I have nothing to speak against that. I'm not trying to apologize for it or anything. It's just reality. Oh, the Dark Brotherhood is... the Dark Brotherhood is corruption? Is that a little bit better way to put that?
After that last match, this one should feel like a vacation. One Khajiit in a heavy raiment, probably with a sword. Nothing you can't handle.
We'll talk more about the Thieves Guild later, trust me. Probably going to start that tomorrow, by the way. No lore reason that I'm aware of, Vid.
Good people of the Imperial City, Welcome to the arena. You almost have to feel bad, for the yellow team's Khajiit, for the blue team's gladiator, is a combatant you know and love. Let's see how they fare.
Now listen, I'd kind of like to...
Good people, we have a winner. All hail the combatant from the blue team. Victor from the blue team.
Oh yeah, he wanted me to do this. Smear, 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 smear. There we go. Smear.
You showed that cat whose claws are sharper, eh? I would expect no less. Here's your gold. Now go wash up. You look awful.
Thanks.
What's a gladiator without an arena to fight in? So get up there and start cracking some skulls. Besides, one more fight and you'll advance again.
See, I'm just tired of the violence at this point.
The next one's a Breton. He looks like a bit of a dandy, but he's deadly with a blade.
He looks like a
dandy.
dandy.
He has more experience than you, so be prepared.
He looks like a bit of a dandy. Hang on, I missed... There we go. There we go. I had a little bit left on my gauntlet there. So hang on. I want to answer Vid's question a little bit more clearly, really quick here, because... Yeah, I know, right, stranger? Because the Morrowind character has several theoretical things that could have empowered the Nerevarine to be super strong in lore. Especially the numerous amount of magical gear we get as a result of being the Nerevarine, which is the most mundane explanation. No, Lava Dude. No, no, no. Then in Skyrim, we're the Dragonborn. So that's the in-lore explanation for why we're so powerful. And in Daggerfall, we're the guy from Arena, which is our, we're already a vet. So that's our explanation for being more powerful. But weirdly enough, no explanation other than the one I talked about earlier is ever really given for why the champion of Cyrodiil is so powerful in lore. The closest thing we get to an explanation is if the theory about the Elder Scroll creation time loop is correct, then we made ourselves that powerful. And I do admit that is fitting. Smear.
Good people of the Imperial City, welcome to the arena. You've prayed for it, and these combatants have bled for it. A high-stakes advancement match. Let's see who has what it takes to be your new hero.
Now listen.
Good people, we have a winner. All hail the combatant from the blue team.
That'd be cool, Makor.
Victor from the blue team. Leave the arena now.
By defeating that Breton, you've secured your advancement. It's been a long time since I've said this, but congratulations, hero.
Thanks.
You're about to face off against the best the yellow team has to offer. Azura knows you're the best the blue team's got. The first yellow team hero you'll face
We're almost
is
done,
Imperial
don't worry.
In heavy raiment. He fights with an Akaviri longsword. Thing is, this guy used to be a blade. You know those guys who protect the Emperor? He's a trained swordsman, so keep your damn head down.
Okay. God, dude. It's okay. I've seen blades die before, so I got this. Like, seriously, like 5 or 6 at this point.
Good people of the Imperial City, welcome to the arena. Behold, as two heroes meet in the fighting pit for an epic battle.
Oh god, I've only got an hour and a half left in order to finish the quest.
Combatants,
possibly, stranger.
begin.
Actually, it makes more sense if this blade left to do it after, the Emperor died. Now listen, in case you don't know, I need to let you know that the Emperor
People, we have a winner.
died.
All hail the combatant from the blue team. Victor from the blue team. Leave the arena now and rest.
Defeating an arena hero is one thing, but defeating a former member of the Blades? You must be blessed by the divines or something, my friend.
Don't ask.
You're a hero, my friend. That crowd is out there for one reason, to see you destroy the yellow team. Now go give them what they want.
What would also be cool is if the arena crowd slowly increases with each match. That'd be a cool thing.
Okay, hero. This next opponent is a high elf wizard. a master in the School of Destruction. But wait, it gets worse.
What?
He also uses an enchanted shield called the Grey Aegis, which gives him some serious magic resistances. Your best bet is to just charge straight in. Press the attack, and don't give him a chance to let off a spell. I don't want to have to sweep your ashes out of the arena.
That's not your job anyways, Bob. Owen. Rebuild the arena in Kavash. I'm with it.
People of the Imperial City, welcome to the arena. Put your hands and your voices together for the two brave heroes who have come to rock the very foundations of this arena. Lower the gates!
How do you put your voices together? Or is that just a euphemism for kissing?
Good people, we have a winner.
See you around, Vigilant.
Hail the combatant from the blue team.
I'll be honest, hero. With the kinds of victories you've been having, I knew that elf didn't stand a chance. Here's your gold. You're at the end of a long road, hero. This is the last time you'll face off against the yellow team before being named champion. Go up to that arena and make sure the people of Cyrodiil never forget that it was you who brought the yellow team to its knees.
2 more, Tesla.
All right. This is it. Your last fight against the yellow team. I guess you could say they saved the best for last. The 3 best, actually. You're up against a swordsman, an archer, and a spellcaster. 2 lower-level combatants, plus that yellow team champion you've seen down here. You beat all 3, and you get named champion. I know you can do this. Now get up there and show everyone why you're the best.
Someone in...
Oh, wait, there's one more thing.
What?
I sent Pork Chop the Boar up to the arena to help you out. He'll at least keep one of them distracted. Now, good luck.
Someone mentioned in chat the idea of making these fights not to the death, making death matches the rarity. Now, I don't know the population figures for Cyrodiil, so I don't know if that's feasible or not. But I will also say that that makes total frickin' sense to me. You know, I'm with that. So yeah, now we have to fight Wonder Woman with a boar.
Good people of the Imperial City, welcome to the arena. I give you the Blue Team's hero. Can this brave combatant defeat 3 opponents and become the next champion?
I know, right, Gabe Mart?
Let's find out!
All right, now listen, Linda Carter. Well, there goes Linda Carter. First one down. Jesus!
By Shinji, we have a new champion! All hail the blue team!
Boar!
Champion, return to the Bloodworks now and see the Blade Master. Well done!
Jesus!
You did it. You beat him, every last one. Do you know how long it will take for the yellow team to recover from this?
Not that I'm aware.
It is with great honor that I advance you to the rank of champion. You've done it. You've shown them all you're the best. Well, almost the best. You're done competing in normal arena matches, but there's still the grand champion.
Really?
Kid, you've got more guts and skill. I think you can take the Great Prince. Go over and talk to Isabel if you think I'm right.
All right. Let's do it.
The journal.
He hasn't said it.
Oh, but I see. You're a champion. You want my grand champion title, is that it?
Well, no, I was just going to share my...
Please challenge me.
What?
In the arena, I can end my misery.
No, I was just... I don't want to kill you. I just wanted to share the fact that I became champion and...
Yes. I accept your challenge.
Wait.
Go speak with Isabel. Tell her you're ready. Then we'll meet in the arena. Yes, that will do.
But... Okay.
And who in Shinji's name might you be? Look, if you're a spectator, go upstairs and talk to the gatekeeper. This ain't no damn peep show.
Good thing I wasn't getting my money's worth.
Wait, I know you. You're that new champion, right?
Maybe.
Oh, don't tell me you've actually challenged the Grey Prince to a match. Are you insane?
Yes.
Agranek Gromalog is the best fighter ever to step into an arena. He can't be beaten, not by you. But if you want to fight him, that's your right. Well, you know the drill. You let me know when you're ready for a match, and Agranek will head up to the arena and prepare for your arrival. Just make sure you understand our rules of competition for this match. Fighting the Grand Champion, well, the rules are a bit different.
For one, it's to the death.
Okay, listen up. There are no disqualifications in a Grand Champion match. That means you can wear whatever armor you damn well please. Agranek will be wearing his raiment of valor, and he's probably got it heavily enchanted, so feel free to do the same to any armor you have. Now, as you know, in any standard arena match, you're forbidden from looting the corpse of a fallen opponent.
As you know.
Well, this ain't any standard match. In the event that you beat the Grey Prince, you're to remove his armor and present it to me. Then you'll get your own raiment of valor.
Alright, let's do it.
So you're ready to fight the Grey Prince, are you? Well, you can't go out there without a name. You know, an arena name. Something catchy. Something the people of Cyrodiil will remember when they tell stories about your inglorious defeat. So what's it gonna be?
So we've got the Spell Slinger, the Butcher, the Shadow Step, the Black Arrow, the Skull Crusher, the Divine Avenger, the Messenger of Death, the Crimson Blade, the Man-O-War, Sir Slaughter, I like that one, the Tamriel Terra, and of course, Dragonheart. Didn't like that movie. I was just poking fun, Harriet. The Divine Avenger. I do like that. I kind of like the Divine Avenger, actually. I also like Man-O-War, but that's the ship person in me. Sir Slaughter. No, we're not doing that. I go with the Divine Avenger.
The Divine Avenger, huh? I like it. Yeah, that'll do nicely. All right, it's time to see if you're crazy good or just plain crazy. The Grey Prince is headed up to the arena as we speak. Go up there and meet him, one champion to the next. May the Divines have mercy on your soul.
Don't worry, I'll be working for them a lot later. Oh yeah, and by the way, in case you missed that, most of those were based off the classes you could have picked at the beginning of the game.
Well, what are you waiting for? Get.
Yes, ma'am. Oh yeah, hang on. Let's put on some real gear for this really quick. There we go. That's better looking.
Good people of Cyrodiil, welcome to the Imperial City Arena. Believe it or not, someone has actually challenged the unbeatable Arena Grand Champion. But who, you might ask, could possibly be brave enough to face such a fearless foe? Who could wrest the title from our famed Grey Prince? Good people, I give you the blue team's latest champion, a warrior of skill, strength, and determination. Behold, the Divine Avenger! Lords and ladies, citizens of the Empire, I give you the battle of the ages. Combatants, steel yourselves. Lower the gates!
So this fight is really fun and really brutal if you don't do his quest, or you don't tell him the truth about his quest. If you do tell him about the truth, you'll notice I'm not in combat right now.
What are you waiting for? Kill me. Please, just kill me. Can't you see? It's what I want. I can't live like this, knowing I'm something filthy, something evil. Kill me.
But you're just a vampire. In fact, you're even a half vampire. You know, this is going to rip your soul out.
Good people, you have just witnessed the impossible. Agranak Malad has been defeated. I say again, the Grey Prince has been defeated. Behold, the new hero.
This is actually a rather sad quest.
Esteemed Grand Champion, you may leave the arena now. See the Blade Master to receive your winnings and be awarded your raiment of valor.
On every other time I play this game, I don't tell him the truth, by the way. I wanted to do this to show you the full reality of the quest and the story.
I'm a busy man, what is it?
So, yeah.
By the love of Shinji, you did it! You beat the Grey Prince! This is unbelievable. That makes you the best fighter the arena has ever seen. You've got Agranak's Raiment of Valor. Good. Give it to me. All right. Now I give you your own. By Shinji, I'm shaking. This is amazing. Okay, Do you want a heavy Raiment of Valor or a light Raiment of Valor? Your choice.
Okay, that was a weird stutter. Okay, do heavy, I guess.
Right. Okay. It is with great honor that I present to you this gold and the esteemed Raiment of Valor and name you the new Arena Grand Champion. You've done it! The Grey Prince was a great orc, rest his soul and all that, but you beat him!
You sound really
now
torn
go.
up about it.
Take some time to rest. When you're feeling up to it, come talk to me again and we'll discuss your future.
Yeah, no, I'm never coming back here. We're done here. But I do want to show off the raiment while I'm here, which looks like this. And I do admit it looks kind of cool. It's got the symbol of the... Oh, God, I forget what that's actually called originally. But it's actually a... It's not a... It's a symbol that the Empire adopted as their own. It is the symbol of the dragon. I can't remember what it's originally called. There's a term for it. You know what really makes me sad? There is a cure for vampirism in lore and in game. Now, wouldn't it be awesome if we could have a side quest to this, like a side route where you talk to him and you're like, so you want to cure your vampirism? And then, like, help him to get the cure, you know? Or maybe, like, do the cure quest and give it to him or something. I mean, just saying. If I ever do a proper... Oh, hi.
Wow, you're the Grand Champion. I saw your fight against the Grey Prince. You're the best. Can I follow you around? I won't get in the way.
Sure.
Golly, you're the best. I'm going to follow you and watch you and worship the ground you walk on. Let's go.
I'm not sure, Harriant. To my knowledge, he's pretty much one of the only vampires who was born that way. And even he was kind of a wonky thing. Hey, what's this? Wanted. Some weird... God, he looks like a weirdo. Who the hell's this dude? Gray Fox. Wanted for theft, embezzlement, forgery, pickpocketing, counterfeiting, burglary, conspiracy to commit theft, grand larceny, tax evasion, slander, fraud, perfidy, and impertinence. Assumed to be between 5 and 6 feet of height, hair and eye color unknown. Presumed male Colovian. Huh. Huh. Hey, where'd my fan go? Hey, fan, come back. I know, right? Hey, are you not following me? Come on, follow me. I've actually never heard that theory, Vid. That's a weird theory. Okay, so there's an Imperial over there. There's Imperial over there. Bam! There we go. So that's my Dark Brotherhood kill. Planned it. I need to go this way.
How do you do?
Sorry. I've just been waiting for that, like, for so long. Where am I going? God, I've turned around now. Where am I going? What quest am I on? I've got everything. Yeah, no. What I actually want is this quest, which we will start tomorrow. You don't know the adoring fan venters? He's an aggravation. So the adoring fan is your biggest fan, oh my god. And he'll follow you around, and he'll pull you out of stealth, and he'll probably get killed anyways out in the wild, and he's just an aggravating twat that nobody likes. So I figured I wanted to put his life to some use. For now, I am going to go ahead and, you know, chop this off for today. Yeah, the adoring fan is literally one of the earliest memes on YouTube. He's been around for a long time. Again, 2006. But anyways, I'm going to bed. Actually, I'm going to finish eating, then I'm going to go to bed. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. EST, we'll be doing the Umbacano. How do you say it? Damn it. Umbacano. Whatever. This guy's quest. And then we're going to do one other quick one while we're in town. And then we're probably going to go ahead and start the Thieves Guild. So, see you around, guys.